What's going on, YouTube? What's going on? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know, and then we get started. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. All right, man. We got some monkey business. Man. Salute to Rainbow the God. Man, you're always first in here, man. Salute to Rainbow the God, man. Go fund me to come to Dallas. Let's do it, man. Set it up. I'ma send it in. Set it up. I'ma send it in, man. Let me tell you a funny story. I got Kobe sent me a link to NYC The Future's live stream. So I went on NYC The Future's live stream last night, and he was talking about going to Kenya. And I told him, I gave him a $4.99 super chat. And I said, my American brother, we are going to be expecting you. I said, we're going to be expecting you, man. We'll be very happy to see you. Matter of fact, we can even give you an African welcome at the airport. But your mans didn't like my message. He's like, I don't feel good about what you're saying, Nana. I was like, no problem. Come on, man. Kenya is a party. Come on in. I also saw a video of a Kenyan brother that was talking about how the only guys complaining online about Auston Holleman are West Africans. And I say, yeah, sometimes your big brothers in the West have to show you the way. I'm not going to hate him because he's my African brother. I think sometimes if you live on the continent, this is why you have to travel. If you live in Africa, you have to travel. So you get exposed and you don't see other black people as your superiors just because they come from the West. And you try to protect them even though they're on some bullshit, you know? And I understand his point of view. Oh, he thinks this is an investment. I was like, dummy, this is not an investment. This is a scam. And then he went on to say that we are jealous of Auston Holleman because Auston Holleman has 160,000 subscribers. And he went to review how long we've been doing YouTube, only to find that my YouTube account was open in 2020. So according to him, I've been doing YouTube so long, it's not working out, that I am jealous of Auston Holleman because Auston started just a short time ago and he has all these subs. I was like, well, this is why you do research before you do videos. Okay, I had a Google account and a YouTube account in 2020. Okay, I posted IT videos and programming videos for about a year during COVID because everybody was bored. Right after COVID, I never used any of my YouTube accounts. Up until maybe last year is when I started streaming. So this channel's, actually, matter of fact, this particular channel has been up for maybe about a year. And it was dead. This channel was dead, completely dead, had nothing on it. And I revived it into a big channel, technically, almost encroaching 2,000 subs, right? So it's not about sub numbers. I mean, and Austin doesn't get even any views. These are like, why should I be jealous of subscriber number? You know, there's a dude in the passport bro space called Keys. Okay, he's got 300,000 subscribers, but he doesn't get any views. Okay, doesn't get any views. So does your subscriber count matter if you're not getting any views? You know, you can buy subscribers, right? People don't know that. You can buy. YouTube will sell you subs. The Asians, the Indians will sell you subs if that's what you need. It's not about your sub count. It's about impact. It's about what you're trying to do. And sometimes it's about integrity. Okay, these guys are on the internet begging. NYC The Future was on a begathon for 8 hours yesterday. Auston Holleman begs on YouTube. I don't have a cash app, so I don't know what my Kenyan brother was talking about. Nobody is envious of Auston Holleman, okay? That will be an indication that I've not done well in life. if I'm envious of Auston. I gave him an out. I said, dude, take down the GoFundMe and I'll leave you alone. If you don't take down the GoFundMe, I'm going to keep making videos and I will never stop. I will never stop. I think he doesn't know the spirit of an African. I will never stop. Auston Holleman, I will never stop. Even if one person is watching, yes, I'm delusional like that. I will not stop until you either take down the GoFundMe or you leave Nairobi. Either or, whichever one you like, take one. But if you don't, and people are going to send the videos. So the video you're about to watch is a video of Auston Holleman talking about leaving Nairobi. We're going to play through this a little bit, and then I'll get to Oshay Duke Jackson, because Oshay Duke Jackson today made some wild allegations about Wodemaya. Such a great guy, Wodemaya. I mean, talking about how people, anyway, we'll get to that. Let me not get ahead of me, but such a nasty, nasty human being, Oshay Duke Jackson. Really, really sorry for him, man. See, but a lot of you guys don't understand what I know about Oshay, because I've done my research on Oshay. You guys haven't done it. He alluded to the fact that he can pay money to dox me because he sees the information that I know about him as doxing. What I know about Oshay Duke Jackson is not doxing. I didn't pay money to get that information. All the information that I know about Oshay is public information. It's court records of his parents. That's public record. I'm not paying anybody to spy on where he lives. I've never threatened the dude. I don't want to threaten anybody. I don't threaten anybody on YouTube. I tell people I don't like in Africa to get the fuck out. That's it. That's all I say. It's just rhetoric. Even if they don't leave, I can't do anything to them. Let them sit there, right? Okay? So it's all rhetoric. I say mine, you say yours, move on. I'm not a violent person. I'm not about to do some Black American shit. That's not me. Okay? That's not me. That's stuff you guys do. I don't have GXE. You guys know GXE, the gene environmental interactions. I don't have the gene environmental interactions to be doing violent stuff. So Oshay, I have explicitly said on these streams that nobody should harm Oshay Duke Jackson. Nobody should touch him. Nobody should do him anything that is inhumane. Okay? I mean, you could steal his money, right? You could do some other shit to him, but don't be violent towards him. Don't do anything. I never promote stuff like that. So I don't know what he was talking about. I was like, dude, what are you talking about? I never do that. I've never been online telling people to do anything to Oshay. Never have. Okay, so I don't know. I think he was just saying it as a way to kind of threaten me so that I don't do what I typically would do, because he knows where we are going to go with this. Oshay knows that is about to be a long ride, okay? And I didn't provoke this. He started it, okay? He was here on our live stream. Oshay Duke Jackson came on here with a straight face and said, even if he does critical videos of Africans, he won't disrespect people. He won't be mocking people. He won't be mocking African names and African accent. Once you stoop low to that level of disrespect, I can't unsee it, Oshay. This is why you're going to get a proportional response. And yes, if I expose how you grew up, it's to give people context as to why you act foolish. Okay? Why you get drunk and you turn on your cameras and you talk like an idiot, like a child, like somebody that hasn't matured, so that people understand, even in Africa, where you come from. Because it's not all Black people that are like that, but they need to get a deeper understanding of your trauma that you are unleashing on other Africans. And I'm one of the only people that know this because I researched it. And I researched it using public information. I didn't go pay somebody to run your credit and do shit. I didn't do none of that. I just looked at public records that was associated with your family, and I found out that you come from a very troubled background. So all the tantrums you've been throwing online, I understand it. A lot of the other dudes don't, because they put you on a pedestal. They think that Oshay is all that. I don't see him as all that. Okay, so he came online, he talked all kinds of rubbish, he had some shots at me. Yes, you had some go at me, I'm gonna have some go at you, buddy. That's how it works. You know me. You hit me, I hit you. Period. There is no negotiations. There is no middle ground. You hit me, I'm coming back and I'm gonna hit you. Okay, but let's get to this Austin video. It's pre-recorded because obviously he took the videos down. We'll try and skip through the most important part. We'll give our reactions and then we'll move on to Oshay.
Couldn't imagine. I don't get attached to objects, but if I tried to sell this stuff in here, I might cry. So, whenever I'm talking about moving around, it's not just because you got a bunch of reject suckers talking about you. Not because you got a bunch of ugly ass reject suckers talking about you, but because it's better. Like, I'm comfortable here. I enjoy living here, but you know, money comes first. Like I said, I still gotta do Papua New Guinea. So, 2 transitions. We start making history videos, and we go somewhere else. I hone in on history videos, haters will go away. I go somewhere else, I get to explore, Z will get new life experiences. And not to mention, if we go back to Malaysia, it's cheaper. So, do y'all remember this watch I showed y'all? This is Wode. I was sponsored by them, but nobody, I guess they couldn't afford the watch. Yeah, now that we've been kicked out of our favorite restaurant, like I said, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I said, damn, it's time to go. Some got to switch up. I mean, I don't need Gecko to stay alive, but, you know, when you have a routine spot that you like, hey, I ain't got nothing to do. Today's Thursday. If I wanted to go somewhere that was popping right now where I can give me a nice drink, some nice food, nice music, nice vibes, nice people, Gecko was that spot. Like, that was my bro. I used to.
Let me greet you guys before we go. Hello, Saluda. Kenya is in the house. Odin, 4th. Salute. Julia, salute. Let's go to VDT is in the house. Salute to VDT. Osazua is in the house. Salute to you. Jada, I saw you cooking that kid. I saw you cooking that kid, the refugee in Durban, the Black American refugee in Durban. I saw you cooking that ignorant idiot. Good job. But good job. Thanks for cooking that ignorant food. VDT is in the house. Politics is in the house. The big cheese finally made it to this side. The big cheese is in the house. Okay. Who else am I missing? Sub-Saharan is in the house. Salute. And Sema is in the house. Peas and Light Life is in the house. Spliff is in the house. Greetings to all of you. Welcome to the show. Let's go.
A lot of money there. So whenever a motherfucker just like, hey, you need to go. Oh, okay, we got the This is how loyal black folks is. The go-to spot told me to get the hell out of there. I told y'all gotta stay away from niggas. It's really coming to that point. Do y'all think that's why I fell in love with a mixed girl? Cause she less black? Maybe that's why. You said barber shops are empty everywhere. I would love to react to that. I like to talk about barber stuff. Jerry, I appreciate that. Yeah. No, I know, like, listen, I know that what happened is not a representation of Kenya or Kenyans. Because if it was, I wouldn't fuck with Kenya like that. But, you know, still, the go-to spot told me I had to leave. I thought that was crazy. And I see y'all said it's less ninjas in Europe. The only thing about that is that they are too expensive. Europe is like, I want to go somewhere that I can enjoy, stack my bread, safe. You know, I want to do that. And again, like I said, Asia was that. Malaysia. But I think next time I come back to Kenya, y'all might not even know it. Like, I would have fully transitioned by then, I think. Put a 1 in the chat if we are if I should get some drinks real quick and we do some reaction. Not drinks, order some alcohol. Another thing, you said the young Kenyans are relying on you to open up school. That's something I want to do. I didn't say wanted. I still want to do that. But right now we got to solve this issue of this trolling shit, right? Because if somebody is such a dedicated hater to the point where I can't even go to a bar and record myself having a drink talking to my friends, like, these niggas will probably be setting my barber school on fire. Like, no exaggeration. Like, there's no telling what these motherfuckers would do. So we gotta settle this first, because they'll probably be and you know there's corruption in Kenya. They'll probably be bribing police next, talking about go over there and bust out all the windows. You just don't know. They might send a decoy student up in there to go in there and assassinate me. You don't know. You know, that shit was a eye opener. It was like, damn, like, okay, I know I have haters and they be trying to pull my PPP loans up and all that kind of shit, but these motherfuckers will try to, like, literally interrupt my daily life. Like, what the fuck? You know, talking on the internet is okay. I don't give a damn about what somebody say. But yeah. Like, imagine if I tried to go to Junction Mall and they're like, no, we not letting you in here. No, truly pure Vita. No, I don't know. I've never known who that guy is until this shit started happening. That's what's crazy. Yeah, no, but if I'm gonna stay in Kenya long term, the barber school is something I'm gonna do. Like, that's something that's on my heart to do. Like I said, I renewed my license. I enjoy cutting hair. I mean, we went to Village Market today, and the burgers that they got at that little food court are off the charts. I didn't have them this time, but I had them before. Today I had the Ghanaian restaurant. They got a Ghanaian restaurant with the tilapia. And that's like, I like the way how Kenyans season their tilapia, but like and like I said, whenever I went to Ghana in 2023, They season their food pretty good there, especially fish. So I wasn't surprised, but like it was great. I need to get up and do this jump rope tomorrow. The guy in the blue jacket that we was hanging out with, it's his birthday tomorrow, so I was supposed to be kicking it with him. You said Malaysia cheaper than Nairobi? Yeah, Malaysia is what Army guy said was affordable luxury living, where like this apartment in Malaysia, a 2-bedroom in the same part of town as this. This is $800 a month. Over there, it might be like $600. You know, you can eat. I should have clipped up some of those live streams because I was live the entire time we were in Malaysia. I really enjoyed Malaysia, man, because it was a big city with a million malls, and you could never stop finding malls. Like, I don't know whose idea it was to put a mall. Like, there's like a mall bigger than apartment buildings on damn near every street. Like, just within an hour walking distance from where I was staying, I remember walking past like 10 or 11 malls. Like, and that's like traveling in an hour on foot. You walk past 10 or 11 malls. Like, I've never been anywhere like that. Yeah, you said there's no perfect place in this world. There is no perfect place. If we want to talk about like comparing Malaysia to here, Malaysia's cheaper. I don't know if I want to say it's safer. I think it might be just as safe, or Nairobi might be a little more dangerous. But I didn't feel in danger there at all. Like, yeah, they stole my laptop, but that was like going in my apartment.
It's amazing how when they are not drunk, they are honest about their reviews. So now they can honestly say that Nairobi is a little bit safe. You know, if Nairobi is safer a little bit more or less compared to a Southeast Asian city, then that's a pretty darn safety place, right? But you're going to have guys like No Limit Eddie talk nonsense about how dangerous Africa is, right? So sometimes they speak the truth a little bit, not all the time, but sometimes they do. If they are sober, like if you find them sober. But the problem is you don't ever find these guys sober. They're always on some shit, right? Their mouths always working. Either they're drinking something, chewing something. What kind of human beings are these, man? I'm trying to understand it. But I let it play out a little bit. Obviously, he's still pained that he got kicked out. He says we need to sort out this trolling. We're not trolling. You got caught trying to finesse people. He could have done an MTR. MTR is smart. When I hit MTR, when he was trying to quote unquote revive the Passport Bro movement, what did MTR do? He left a comment and he stopped talking about the Passport Bro shit. Have you ever heard MTR talk about that shit again? Absolutely not. When MTR stopped talking about it, I moved on from it. I got no issues with the brother because I think he got the message. I said, okay, because you're going to face some resistance if that's a project that you're going to take on. With this, the age where these guys go online and they do nonsense and nobody checks them, those days are over. Where they go and steal people's money and they lie and they take money from people, those days are over. Unless I don't see it, unless somebody doesn't tell me, I will create some awareness. Now, whether you go give them your money, that's up to you. I can't force you, you know? I think after our live stream the other day, somebody went in this morning after he got his EBT paycheck, dropped another $100. The donations have gotten bigger now and they are sporadic. That tells me these are people that come on our live streams and are trying to prove me wrong. But it's your money. It's not my money. I'm not going to go give him my $100. You want to go give him $100? Go ahead. Like I said, right? And let's see if he builds that school. Okay? Because I know he cannot build that school. I know for a fact. He doesn't even have the right documentation to do that. And then he's pissed off a lot of Kenyans with the commentary over the last few days that he's going to face a lot more resistance. If you don't know, the restaurant that kicked him out Kenyans are going there and leaving that restaurant 5-star reviews for kicking out Auston Holleman. Okay? Kenyans are going on Google and leaving reviews, 5-star reviews, and explicitly saying that we thank you for kicking out the US streamer Auston Holleman. So it's not a troll thing. It's not that I have something personally against him. He's taking everything that I'm talking about for granted. He thinks I'm just some dude that will just say something and move on from it and go away and never follow up on it. No, of course we are dedicated like that. How do you think we got you kicked out of that restaurant? We had our hands in it. Okay, we had our hands in it, and we're not going to stop. So this thing is going to happen to you in many other establishments. Eventually, Nairobi will not be a very comfortable place for you. If you want it to be a comfortable place for you, you have to change the way you live your life. You have to start respecting the locals. You have to start speaking properly. You have to put these cameras away or ask permission from the establishment before you film. Do that ahead of time. You're not just going to walk around loosely and think that you can get away with everything. Those days are over. If I find it on the internet, I will put in the time. And yes, I have time. I've seen some of them talking about, for the next few weeks, we are going to say I'm unemployed. Because these idiots keep calling my workplace like they're going to do something. They're not going to do anything because everything I talk about here is true. There is nothing that I talk about on the internet that my HR department is going to look at and freak out. Nothing. This is why when they call my job, they don't do anything because they keep calling. My HR department gets like 5 calls a week from Black Americans. Not a single white person has called my workplace. But these idiots keep calling my workplace like something is going to happen. I'm a top talent in that company. They're not going to let me go. And the problem too here is that the parent company is in Japan. So when they call HR, they don't know what to do with these motherfuckers. Okay? Japan pays me. Okay? Yeah, I'm sitting in America. I'm working through the US head office, but Japan pays me. And according to the Japanese, I'm just a Black person criticizing my own community. So they don't give a fuck about what you Negroes are calling in and telling them. They was like, what are you guys talking about? It's social commentary. He's doing it. He doesn't represent our company when he's doing it. That's something he does on his off time. So why are you trying to, what, you think that if I lose my job, I can't get a job? Man, there's companies that are begging me to come work for them. So you guys are harassing me, calling my employer, thinking that you're going to do something that will make me dusty, and nothing happens. You're making me popular. So, see, they've done it so much. I think it's one dude that keeps calling. So he's done it so much that they don't even answer his calls anymore. I was talking to that HR lady the other day. It's just like, oh, we watch your YouTube channel. It's a little energetic, but there's nothing strange. You just keep doing your thing. You're doing it on your own private time. That's your freedom. Okay? That's what my uncle Martin Luther King fought for. What are you doing? My great grandfather's son, Martin Luther King, that's what he fought for. And then you guys are trying to, silence me? This is why I think this Black community is toast. Okay? You're down bad, you're dusting it up in the country, and then now you have a daddy, Nana, that has been on here to add further values to the community. Then all of a sudden you're going around talking shit. If I don't do this daddy work, who's going to do it? If I don't come here and play daddy for your community, who's going to do it? Most of you have no dads. So I think you have to hold it off, man. Nana is not going anywhere. You're trying to force me to start fundraising on YouTube. I'm not going to do it. Okay, I'm not doing no grift, no bullshit. I'm getting paid in corporate. And I'm spending my free time with you guys, and I'm doing this at will, okay? Whether you like it or you don't, you're not going to silence me, all right? If you don't like the commentary, you can log off. Yeah, it's not I'm not forcing you. Okay. Have you ever heard an African or a Caribbean person dox or go after Tariq Nasheed and put his addresses out there? They don't do that because we are not thin-skinned like you guys. You know, we're not thin-skinned people. We don't go on people's like, see, Tariq Nasheed can say everything he wants. I don't hate Tariq. Shit, I'll even have dinner with Tariq and I'll feed him bushmeat. You know, this is just arguments, man. We are all pushing. You're pushing your side, I'm pushing my side. And there's only one. It used to be me and Afridamos, but Afridamos took some time off. You know? Okay, if unless I put this on Video Ninja, because I didn't think you would come on, so I didn't go on StreamYard. I'll see if it's possible. Let me see. This will be hard because, man, I didn't prepare for it. Maybe we should do that on tomorrow's call. Let's join tomorrow. You're off tomorrow, right? Let me know if you're off tomorrow. We can do that tomorrow. So yeah, I'm not going after. I'm not against. I don't want anybody to lose their job, to lose your livelihoods. This is just internet commentary. Have you heard what the angry man says about Africans? Have you heard what Tariq Nasheed says about Africans? You know, they all say stuff about us. And I'm even easy. Okay? You know why I'm easy? Because I have people in your community that I like people that I like on a personal level. So sometimes I tone it down because I think about them. You know, I could have been more ridiculous, but I just stick to facts. You know, and I want to hope, you know, I never even used to use the slurs, but now I'm seeing that you guys have made Theta a mainstream word. And if you're going to make it mainstream, then Akata is going to be mainstream. You know, I'm going to start using that too, because I never used that. I don't even use the N word. I don't know if you've noticed. Go back in all my videos over the last 1 year. You will notice a pattern that I don't even use the N word. I say ninja all the time, or maybe I'll say Negro, but I never use the N word. But now you guys are forcing me to use the N word and use Akata and use all these things. I don't say it nicely like you guys, Akata. I'm not saying Akata, it's Akata. Okay? I say it with a real accent. So eventually that's what's going to happen. We're doing things proportionately. You guys increase it, we increase it. You turn it up, you turn it up. Oshay Duke Jackson just turned it up. We're going to turn it up too. It's just tit for tat, man. We're not doing any compromise, negotiations, because even the reasonable content creators that I thought had some sense, you know, like Sly and all these other dudes, I see them using them in thumbnails because they think that the algorithm is going to be in their favor, and it's not. See, look at this shit. You have people that have 100,000 subscribers, 100,000, and they are live streaming to an audience of 20 people. Consistently. 20 people, 28 people. And they are doing this, and the ones that are getting some FBA traction, they are using bots just to bot up their live stream numbers. These are all struggle. This is why they are all begging. They all have cash apps. There is no cash app here. We don't need it. Keep it in your pockets. Okay? There is no cash app here. This is entertainment. You come here, you enjoy yourself, period. You don't have to put money out of pocket. These people cannot survive that way. They need you to put money out of pocket to be able to, and they don't even buy this stuff. You know, I was watching this idiot. Let me see if I can find him. Since he wanted a few minutes of fame, I don't even want to do that because I think it's just dick riding because he's trying to join a trend. He's all over the place. Struggle YouTubers, right? It's like, why are you tethering on to me now? When I broke the Auston Holleman story, he stole that content, did live streams about it, and never gave me credit. And made it look like he did it. And acted like he didn't even know I existed. Then 2 days ago, KF sent me a video of him playing my video and reacting to it because apparently Oshay is his friend. Oh, can I call Oshay right now? Acting like Oshay is some big deal. Oshay Duke Jackson is a piece of shit in my book. I got no respect for that motherfucker. And he knows it. Oshay Duke Jackson knows that I don't respect him. He has money. I have money. And actually, I have a skill. Like I'm not sitting on the internet creating content to make a living. I don't need to put out 10 videos a day to pay my bills. Okay? I have a 40-hour solid weekly career that I go to based on 6 years of real college education. I'm not a bum like Oshay. Okay? Very unprofessional, drunk, talking recklessly. Me and him can't be in the same spaces. He can't even go into a corporate event looking like an idiot. So you guys can put him on a pedestal on the internet. He knows me because I've dealt with him before. He knows me because I've dealt with him before. That is why he can't talk that stupid money talk with me. Let him come live up here. Let him come to Collin County and show, because in Collin County, this is creme de la creme, okay? This is the Beverly Hills of Texas. This is creme de la creme. Let him come here. Okay, so yes, he can do that to you guys because they are used to people on YouTube that haven't done anything with their lives. so they think that as soon as you fire up a YouTube thing, you kind of need something. No, it's not all of us that need shit. Okay, some of us can really entertain. We like to learn. We like to entertain, and we like to teach. And this is a lot of teaching, and it's also to give my people hope that I know the psyche of the American black. And I've said, if you sit down and you become timid and you think that these guys are going to lay down and respect you, it's not going to happen. You have to talk reckless like I do. You have to speak freely like I do. You have to punch them the same way they punch you. That's the only language they understand. You have to be more ridiculous. You have to say the most craziest things. And yes, if it means you have to generalize, generalize. Some people's feelings are going to get hurt. Well, they generalize too. It is pound for pound, buddy. And if they don't like it, they can go to hell. All right? They can go to hell. Like Pablo say, unfork them. Unfork them. They can go to hell. Okay? They punch, you punch. Gone are those days where you're an immigrant to America, so you have this soft side to kind of consider the fact that you found them here, so you need to give them some respect. And then we sit back and just watch them act a fool. If they act a fool, you act a fool. If they say shitty things about you, they got a laundry list of shit that you can say about them. Let it be about that. There's no more niceness in this game. They're doing it on the internet freely. If they call you a tether, you call them a kata. The same shit. They don't sugarcoat nothing. Don't be shy. If they are coming into your businesses with nasty attitudes, send them home. Tell them you're closed. Okay? Soon as they start walking to your African saloon, they're coming with trouble anyway. My dad used to say, not every money is good money. And sometimes the Black American money is not good money. If they come into your businesses, they're going to complain that the Africans, when they do my hair, they're going to kidnap me. You saw that story they did. They got 3 African ladies in trouble. And those 3 African ladies, the only mistake they did is they allowed Black Americans into their business. They could have said no, and they would have never ended up in prison. Because see, there are some people that are walking troublemakers. And if you avoid them, then you won't have trouble. We've gone a whole week and I've not seen a Black American in one whole week. It's longer than that. But, just to give people an idea, right? I've finished a whole week, Monday through Friday, and I never even put my eyes on a Black American. Didn't even see one. Didn't see one. So obviously, there's no trouble. The only time that I'll see one is if somebody dogs and they try to show up at my house to act a fool, right? So the issue of segregation and separation is to protect you. It's not out of hate. If you have no contact, there's no trouble. Okay, which is why it's very important for the black
Thanks for the
immigrant
sub.
to stay away. Don't even go watch their YouTube channels. I see a lot of people go there and you argue with them. If you argue with them, you're helping them create stupid content. That's what they want to hear. Jada was on a live stream yesterday with that dude, and the guy was sexualizing the conversation. See, these people can't even have decent conversation with women without invoking sexuality and nastiness into it. They can't respect women. Okay? But let them come and observe our live streams. There are women in our chat. The only time they've been disrespected is probably one of them. It's usually one of those black folks. And when we see it, we'll kick you out. Because at least we respect women. That's why they are welcome here. You guys, your spaces are toxic with this red pill bullshit, disrespecting women as if they are not part of us. They are not humans. And then you want to bring that everywhere. A woman gets on your panel to have a decent conversation with them, and then you're making it, I think you're a single mom. She didn't tell you she's a single mom. Why do you think every woman is like your women? Not every woman is like your women. Not every woman that has a child is a single mom. Okay? I know that's a commonality in your community, but that doesn't apply in the eyes of most African women. So you can't start these conversations with, are you a single mom? Why should you even start like that? This is why I don't want to pull that idiot up for you guys to see his channel, because I was like, this guy's an idiot. Why should I even make it possible for you to watch an idiot like that whose YouTube channel is struggling? He's just trying to come up. He's trying to come up without working hard, man. The dude makes a video, he gets 20 views. 20 views, man. What the fuck? Anyway, let's watch a little bit of this Auston boring us, and then we'll get to Oshay.
When they knew I wasn't there, and like the staff was in on it, like that's not somebody putting a damn gun in your face. Like that's almost like petty theft. It's not petty, but yeah. So everything in Malaysia is an upside except for I like being around black people, and they're not black. But I don't feel out of place there either, though. That's a benefit of being in Southeast Asia. Even though that they're not black, you don't feel like you're around a bunch of white people either. Same when you go to places like Brazil and Colombia and Peru. You're not gonna see many, well, in Brazil you will, but you won't see a lot of people in Peru that look like you. But you don't feel like there's white folks. Yeah, if anybody thinks that my laptop being stolen was fake, I have a police report in my backpack still.
I want you guys to listen to this part. He's gonna talk about the laptop story that we talked about, right? And he's gonna make some wild claims. But if you really think a little bit deeper, it's a lie. But I want you guys to watch this, right? Because I study this guy, man. I study him. The best thing for Auston Holleman to do, all this stuff he's doing, he's just destroying his possibility to even keep an audience, because people are gonna flee. You can get this sorted out by either leaving Nairobi or taking down the GoFundMe. It's either or. You take down the GoFundMe, you take it down tonight, tomorrow no more videos. Or maybe after I clip these ones out. But then no more videos after that. It's up to you. If you don't want to do that, obviously what I've done to you disturbs you. Yeah, I can see it in your face. I can see it in your body language. You're trying to prove tough. I'm not gonna stop, man. I'm not. I give you another month. I just increased your project by one more month. And in the next weeks, I'm gonna take PTO just to do Oshay. We'll be doing 10 videos. Okay? I'm making time. I'm even taking PTO just for you motherfuckers. Okay? I'm not talking about my audience. I'm saying I'm taking PTO for you guys. Okay? So that I can get to work, because I've been really, really busy. So I'm taking PTO so I can work on some stuff, because I need to go get my police report so that I can take it to YouTube and hope that I can get your channel taken down. So I'm trying to see if I can figure out a way to take your only way of making money. That would be checkmate. Yes, I did Skylar Derun. I did that. I did Jamo Jackson too. I told them ahead of time. I actually told KF when I was doing Giamo, I told KF in the coming weeks, Giamo's channel is gonna go. And I was in flight when it happened. I think Kobe had texted me when I was in flight when it happened, because I knew it was coming. So I'm gonna try my best to get this guy's channel to go, because he physically threatened me on the YouTube platform. And I don't take threats lightly. So it's in his best interest to just give this shit up, man. Auston Holleman, just give it up. But let's listen to his explanation of the laptop scam that we uncovered. Let's listen to that part.
I just never showed it because I want to go back to Malaysia. And I don't know,
No, Kid Greatness is now removed. So Kid Greatness dared me some months ago, and I exposed a video of him getting head on stream. He had put his junkie out to get some head. And I exposed that video in a live stream, and it embarrassed him. So after I did that expose, he just left YouTube. He didn't want to deal with it. So his channel is still up. He can go back. He did that on Kick, so I couldn't have taken his YouTube channel down for that. He did that on Kick. So I didn't touch any. His channel is still up. He can come back and do YouTube videos if he wants to. I think he figured out that this live was not good enough. So he came back to America to rebuild his money, get his money up, which I think it's a good thing. I got nothing against that dude. I think he's made the right decision by coming home and rebuilding his life. Because what are these guys going to come home to? They have no skill. Salute to you, Salah. They got no skill. So what are they going to come home and do? Absolutely nothing. So, this guy is 25 years old, moving around like that. And I mean, if I was advising him, I'd tell him, get a degree while you're overseas. So you get 2 for 1. But these are stubborn heads. They're not going to learn. He's going to end up back in the U.S. with nothing, no skill. He'll be 32 years old with absolutely nothing, which is sad. Like that, what a way to waste your 20s. But let's get that story here.
How they feel about me, saying, oh, you know how shit like that is. It's not America. Everybody doesn't have the same freedom of speech and penalties. So I had to weigh the cost between, hey, do I like coming to this country? Do I want to come back here? Or do I need to prove to a bunch of motherfuckers that didn't even donate speech and penalty? You don't feel like you're around a bunch of white people either. Same when you go to places like Brazil and Colombia and Peru. You're not going to see many, well, in Brazil you will, but you won't see a lot of people in Peru that look like you. But, I mean, you don't feel like there's white folks. Yeah, if anybody thinks that my laptop being stolen was fake, I have a police report in my backpack. Still, I just never showed it because I want to go back to Malaysia. And I don't know, how they feel about me, saying, oh, you know how shit like that is. It's not America. Everybody doesn't have the same freedom of speech and penalties. So I had to weigh the cost between, hey, do I like coming to this country? Do I want to come back here? Or do I need to prove to a bunch of motherfuckers that didn't even donate that I'm not lying? I can try to over-explain myself to somebody that wasn't even trying to help, or I can just...
Okay, so let's say it was stolen. Even though you see he's moving his eyes up a little bit and around. That's typical. When Auston Holleman is lying, he tends to kind of not face the camera, so he's moving his eyes out a little bit. So that's a lie. He doesn't have any police report. But let's give it to him. He had the police report. And they found the laptop and they gave it back to him. Why did he keep the money? That was $1,000 that he kept. And we have videos proving that he admits that he got his laptop back. And people asked if he was going to give the money back. He said no. So he didn't give the money back. If you are if you guys, this never happens here, but so this is a hypothetical. I never ask anybody for money. But let's assume that you decide, okay, we're buying on a laptop for YouTube. You bought me that laptop on a YouTube call like this. It's a fundraiser. Boom, $1,000 in my Cash App. Okay. But then I find out that I have maybe a laptop I can use. So I don't want to buy that laptop. Isn't it right for me to just refund the money to your Cash Apps? Say give the money back, or at least give you guys an option that I want to give the money back until you say, hey, okay, Nana, keep it. Don't. Some of you will say, okay, send it back to me. Some of you will say, keep it. And that's how you should present it. But that's not what these people did. This guy just said, no, I can't give you the money back. The video is on my main channel. Salute to Haiti. Salute to Haiti, man. Salute to Haiti. Love my Haitian people. Salute to you, bro. You know, so I would give the money back. And that's what normal, honorable people do. But he told the guys on a live stream that he's not going to give that money back. He says, no, he made some excuses not to give the money back. So that's a scam. That's a scam. If I tell you I needed something, but then I didn't really need it, and then later on, it's time to give the money back, and I don't even give you the option to return the money, that's scamming. And that's what these people have done to YouTube. I mean, YouTube was never like this. YouTube was a place you came to create, laugh, enjoy it, and then ad revenue paid you for the content. You know, ad revenue paid you for the content you provided. And then they added more monetization tools to help with engagement, like super chats. In case you're having so many comments that you can't read through it, and somebody's demanding that you read their comments, they gave you a super chat. So that option came aboard. But these people don't even want to use that. They want, because obviously YouTube won't pay you that money instantly. They want you to cash up the money behind the YouTube system so that they can receive the money there and then. And then they don't use that money to either grow these channels or to build the channels and the content. They spend that money drinking and paying for prostitutes. And it's become a thing. And it's ridiculous. Like I watched I didn't watch all 8 hours. I went towards the end of it. But I watched NYC The Future yesterday, literally begging for 8 hours to raise $800 so that he can fly back home. That's how bad these spaces have gotten. It's ridiculous. And the guys that are doing this, you're not doing a good service to your community. These are the same people that are going around complaining about immigrants. Why are you complaining about immigrants? We don't spend our money on useless shit like this. You're giving the money for a guy to just travel around and play with prostitutes and send you some video back. Did you guys not learn any lessons from Floyd? I thought when Floyd happened, a lot of y'all would learn some sense and say, hey, some of these guys are off. You know, they're mentally off, and we should not be giving them money to be doing things like this. But no, they just overlooked it. I mean, the dude was messing with a 6-year-old. Some of the same dudes that gave Floyd money are the ones giving NYC The Future and Jerelo money. So they will never learn until some of them will have to go to jail. And they spin this around and make it look like I am the problem. Oh, we got to get this guy out of the space. No, he's the problem. No, I'm not the problem. For the first time, you got somebody that is genuinely telling the truth on YouTube, and that's a problem. Like, you can't understand that, and then they come up with all these bullshit things of, oh, he's struggling, he needs money. I don't need no money. If I was struggling, I would be having Cash Apps here. I would not be reading your comments the way I do. I'll be asking for super chats all the time. I'll be putting in 8-hour live streams and literally living on this shit. Okay, this channel makes $100 a month. It's not a killer like that. Get off your moral horses. It pays for itself. It's all it does. Okay, it doesn't pay, and even my light bill. Okay, it just pays for itself. It's all it does. About $100 a month. Some months are lower, $30, $60, $50. That's nothing. I don't even take the check. Okay, I don't. But Auston Holleman is clearly not telling us the truth here. Like I said, I studied this guy. I know how he acts. I understand what he's trying to do. He needs this to make a living. I understand it. I'm not trying to even eat into his money. But don't steal and disrespect Africans in the process. So if Auston ever asks, okay, Nana, what is your problem with me? My problem with you is the fundraiser. You know it's a scam. You know that was a scam. It's for you to admit, okay, it wasn't great, maybe not the best of ideas. Take whatever cash you've received from it and shut it down, and I'll have no issues with it. Or change the language. Okay, how about that? Change the language. Don't say Kenya needs or Africa needs this. Give us some respect for the first time. Start putting some respect on it, because obviously you are not sitting in a hut, right? When you guys are talking to us, you're telling us that we're living in huts. But when you travel there, you don't live in huts. That's not a disrespect of the location, because you go there and you get Airbnb. So obviously the Airbnb application works over there. You get into Uber. So obviously we are not riding zebras over there, right? But when you're talking to us or when you're having arguments with us, you neglect the fact that even these things exist. Okay? You're streaming every day on African internet. You're cooking meals in the kitchen. You're living in an apartment. Where in the world are you going to get a place like this for $800? Only in Nairobi, Kenya. So you guys should put some respect on it. And that is the problem that I have with you. So in case you ever ask, it's the disrespect. That's my only problem. Salute to you, Ray. That is my only problem. It's the disrespect. Especially those of you that have traveled and seen the world. You guys are still that stupid. So can you imagine the dude in the hood that has never traveled? What does he think of us? If you guys that have traveled are still reporting the things that don't even exist. It's one thing if you report negative that exists. Some of you are reporting things that don't exist. Like Oshay talking about people have no soul in Africa. What do you mean no soul? Have you been to the bar today? You should ask Akinyi how Nairobi is popping this early morning. People are not even going home. The bar you got kicked out of, those people didn't have any soul. They were chilling during their lunch break, enjoying a coffee. Some of the best coffee in the world is in Nairobi. They were enjoying their lives. You don't need a whole lot of money in that part of the world. That's why you can get an apartment for $800. So yes, Oshay looks at somebody that makes $1,000 a month in Africa, and he thinks that he can see within their soul that they are struggling. No. If your rent is $300 a month, of course you can live on $1,000. In my hometown, rent is $150 a month for a 2-bedroom house. $150 for a 2-bedroom house. So if you make $500 a month, you're not poor. Okay, it's not. It's just the standard of living is different. You'd wish that you can make some more, but you're not poor. You're not struggling. You can cover your basics: shelter, food. Shelter and food, pay your kids' tuition fee if they're not going to public school. You're done. You don't need that much. So they are not soulless. Some of the most happiest people on the planet live on the African continent, and they don't even live in the cities. They live in the rural parts of Africa. So you've gone there. Yeah, obviously, if it's that bad, you would have left. So if you want this to stop, you need to start respecting the place that you've gone to, and we will stop. Because your shit is starting to even mess up my analytics a little bit. So maybe take this olive branch, or what do you call it? Meet me somewhere, not the violent talk you're talking, but meet me somewhere and have a reasonable conversation. It doesn't have to be direct. All it has to be is, okay, this shit is a scam. The dudes don't like it. I'm going to take it down. I messed up. Get whatever. Don't even use the word scam. Just say, I'm going to take it down because I'm facing some resistance. And take it down, and I'll move on from you. And I'll never, ever even look at your channel, ever. I'll move on from it. Unless you cook up some new bullshit. Okay, so it's not directly targeting you, or now I'm targeting you because you talked a whole bunch of shit. But if you take down that bullshit and you do the right thing, I will not be a problem. That's up to you, Auston Holleman. That's up to you. Take it or leave it, man. But the era of you guys going online and scamming audiences and stealing their money and disrespecting them in a place, and just blowing through their money like you never worked a day in your life, so you don't value money and value other people's money. Those days are over on YouTube. You guys have destroyed this beautiful platform that people used to entertain themselves in and enjoy themselves. You made it a mess. You made it into a beggar, an e-beggar platform. All of you are begging for money. NYC The Future, last night I went on his stream begging for money. Like literally begging, like children begging for money. It's not good behavior. It's not good manners to be begging and begging. Yet you guys, oh, these Africans begging African. Don't be like them. Obviously, it irritates you, right? How different are you from them on the ground and you online? You're doing the same thing. You know, stop putting your videos up. Stop putting them on private so you can get the AdSense revenue. Because your money is hurting because of me. You think that I'm going to look at your content. But I'm still getting that content anyway. This content you're watching is deleted, but somebody sent it to me in full HD. So people don't like you like that. Your own people send me this stuff. Your own members are sending me these videos. People that pay you membership fees are sending me this video, bro. You know, they're sending me these videos because they can see it through you now. That is why you're not even getting the views, because they don't trust you anymore. So this is the time for you to redeem yourself. You're a little child. You don't understand how this works. You think you're fighting me? See me, I got nothing to lose, bro. I work, I have a corporate job. I have 2 side contracts going right now, and I'm still producing massively on YouTube, even though I don't take these YouTube checks. I'm going to be okay. My wife is a lawyer. She makes good money. We don't care, bro. Even if I don't work for the next 5 years, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be really, really okay. Just doing contract work alone. I'm doing $70 an hour contract jobs. There's 2 of them. That's $140 an hour I've been doing this week. That's just drinking money, beer money that I do on the side. Okay? So it's not, I don't need this shit. I make more an hour in contract than I do on YouTube a month. 1 hour in contract that I do on YouTube a month. So I'm going to make time. Either way, sometimes I have 3 screens up and they're all working. And I'm working all 3 of them like a motherfucker. And still editing and posting videos. I can make it work. I'm a good multitasker. I trained myself to multitask many years ago. I used to suck at it. And then I trained myself to be a very good multitasker. So I can do 3 or 4 different things at the same time and not lose concentration. That's why I'm able to put these videos up and still work. Sometimes I stream and work. You guys have seen me do that before. I stream and work at the same time. So, Austin, I got the time, man. I'm not going to stop. If you really, really, really want this to stop, like I said, I'll do you a solid. From one Black African to a Black American, I'll do you a solid. Because I want to move on to Oshay. Okay, I'll do you a solid. And I did the same with Oshay, only that he's screwed it up. I'll do you a solid. And here's the deal. Take down that fundraiser. If you take that fundraiser down, blame me for it. Say this Nana dude has put so much eyes on it that we have to take it down. So blame me. I'll take the blame for you. And after that, the moment that GoFundMe goes down, give me 1 week for all my videos to kind of settle down, and there'll be no more videos. You'll be good. You'll be in my positive column until you do some other bullshit. But if you want to go like this, obviously you don't like it, right? Because this has been a problem for you. You're struggling. You're really, really hurt by it. You're starting to get kicked out of places. You can't monetize your videos because the moment you monetize them, I see it and I react to it. So it pisses you the fuck off. If you don't want this level of intensity, the only way you can correct it is to take down that GoFundMe. If you don't want to take down the GoFundMe, just leave Nairobi, come back home, or go somewhere else. I don't care. Just leave Nairobi. Just leave. Leave Nairobi, because, that can work too. I can take it all. Now, if you leave Africa, oh boy, I will never mention your name again, ever, ever, ever on YouTube. You can trick all you want. You can you can scam your audience in any country as much as you want. I will never, ever mention your name. So it's up to you. Choose whichever way you want and let me know.
My own thing and know that I'm telling the truth. So, would I give my kids an African name? I'll let Z do that. She know African names better than me. But she don't even have an African name. Her last name is European.
Yeah, see, that's a good comment from David here. He's talking about setting up a barber shop, but then he's talking about traveling and leaving, right? But he blames me. He says I'm probably the one that is forcing him, getting him to think about leaving because he's so mad at what happened at Gecko. But what he doesn't know, and you guys should check out David Smith's channel, is that Kenyans are leaving reviews, 5-star reviews on Google in support of the company kicking out Auston Holleman. That means even the Kenyans don't like him. And this is the thing. And there's so many Black Americans in Kenya. And they're doing fine. And they're not showing their ass. And they're not doing all this bullshit. Have you ever heard me speak on any other Black American in Kenya? No. Or in Ghana? No. They are there. They're living peaceful, quiet lives. No controversy. It's these young cats, these little young ones that left when they were 20 years old, 21 years old, never worked a day in their life. They are the ones that are creating these problems because they're trying to make money. They're desperate. They build no skill. They're desperate. So what else are they going to do, man? But we are going to keep pushing back, man. I'm not stopping, bro. I'm not stopping. I'm enjoying this ride. This is what Auston doesn't know. I'm not stopping, man. Today's what? We are already 11th July. Shit, we got a whole month, Auston Holleman. We got a whole month. I got plenty of material to cover in the Auston business. So if he doesn't like this, let him take it down. Take down the GoFundMe.
Just like mine. We both have a Dutch last name. Let me see. What should I order to drink? About. You filed a police report so the police take action. I didn't think I had to say that. I'm sorry. I told you I got to stop reading ridiculous comments. Ignore that.
So that's somebody questioning whether the police report story he just told them is true. So his audience don't even trust him anymore. He's talking about the police report to justify the laptop money he raised. Let's say you did a police report. It still doesn't excuse the fact that you didn't give that money back. Even after they found your laptop, you didn't give the money back. They found the laptop, according to him, 48 hours after. So if they found a laptop 48 hours after, why have you not returned the money to your contributors? That is the most honorable thing to do. Or put a poll up during your live stream and ask them if you should return the money. And if majority of them says no, or if some individuals say they want their money back, you can send that money back to them on Cash App. You can always return the money on Cash App. And you could have done that, and that would have been the most honorable thing to do. A lot of these guys don't have good manners. The goal was to steal from the audience, so it didn't matter whether they found a laptop or not. The story can be true, but the way he did it is what makes it a scam, because they found a laptop and you still did not return the money. And now you're making up stories about a police report. And they wanted to see the report. And then he makes an excuse and says, well, I can't show you the report because if I show you the report, I want to go back to Malaysia. Isn't this the same dude that said he hates Malaysia? And now he wants to go back to Malaysia because he's frustrated in Kenya. Okay, you're going to Malaysia. And the police report shows that you filed a report and they found your stuff. So isn't that something positive to showcase if they found a laptop? Isn't that like something the Malaysians would like to see? But why is he making it sound like that is something bad? Like showing them the police report would mean that you can't go back to Malaysia. It doesn't make sense at all. This is why they are questioning him.
Autistic, cool, that's right. Thank you very much. And I remember you sent me $100 without, was it 100 or 200 you sent me? I can't remember, but whenever I got my stuff stolen, you reached out to me. And yeah, I didn't even have to ask, you know. And I'm not saying nobody owe me nothing, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Salah, man. That the Holland guys and Norwegians are making everybody happy, man. I overheard my wife talking about visiting Norway just because of what she's seen at the World Cup. Salute to you, Snow.
Who seem to have gay tendencies? Asuncion, Paraguay is one of my favorite cities in the world. It's not special.
If you notice, he moved on to another topic. He moves on from there. Let's see if it's gonna talk about it again. Yeah, he fully deflects from that topic and then just started talking about some bullshit.
So, no, I eat the umbuzi. Name my son umbuzi. That might be rape. Yeah, the only thing I have not ever eaten is, oh yeah, you said travel tribe raw. Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about them though. I don't want to give none of them motherfuckers nothing else to talk about. Not that I can't handle it, I just don't feel like looking at this shit. Cause as much as I tell YouTube stop recommending this shit, they still recommend it. YouTube is really bullshit, bro. Like if you report somebody's account, the report goes nowhere. If you tell it to stop recommending the content, somehow the content still shows up on your shit. Like, what's his name? Saint the Sinner? I told them to stop recommending his to me. I still see his shit every day. YouTube is acting like Gecko.
He's still so mad about Gecko.
Yeah, they celebrate Halloween here. Nah, it's more Americans hating on me than Africans, but yeah. Shit is weird as hell though. Like again, I can get the whole, you don't like Auston and you maybe you made a video here and there, but when your whole channel is me, you got a mental illness. Like, you got a real mental illness.
My channel was doing way better before Auston Holleman and will do better after Auston Holleman and with Auston Holleman. When I covered PAB, my PAB videos did very well because PAB is funny. At least, when you watch PAB, he's sick, but PAB is interesting. He's funny. You can watch PAB and laugh all day and hear some terms like omfoknem. Okay? You hear some terms like omfoknem. So PAB is funny. And I can watch PAB for 4 hours and laugh the whole way. I see why people watch him. He's interesting. He's an idiot, but he's interesting. Sitting through Auston Holleman live streams are really, really difficult, especially an observer like me. I don't want to be doing Auston Holleman content. I don't want to even be talking about you. I'm just exposing the scam. The reason you've become the signature of the channel for the last 2 weeks is because you challenged me. You played tough boy with me. And yeah, you've made a few attempts to take down my channel, but I think you figured it out quickly that I'm not the one of those channels that you can easily take down. Dennis Spellin tried. He's an attorney. He tried. It didn't work. None of you suckers can take my channel down. I know way too many people at Google for you fuckers to try this shit with me. It's not going to work. So it's in your best interest to just take down the thing that is concerning to me. If you handle that part, there will be no conflict. And I'll leave you alone. I want to react to Nolan, you know Nolan, the kid that died in Mississippi? There's like 5 Tariq Nasheed videos that I want to react to that I've not been able to get to. You know, there's like maybe 6, 7 Dennis Sperling videos that I want to react to that I haven't been able to get to. I haven't even had the time to do studio recordings to do those videos. I just have them keyed up, but I haven't had time to do it. So you're taking even a lot more of my time than I wish. You know, I wish this shit would go away too. But Auston is stubborn. He's not gonna do it. He's just gonna play tough and hope that I go away. And I keep saying, ask Oshay Duke Jackson. Oshay was on my deck for 3 months. I didn't stop. I hit him 3 months straight. Didn't give him even a little space to breathe. He started by ignoring me in the beginning, and then he figured out that he had to respond. And then he tried to play tough. And then he realized that the tough wasn't working. And I think he was thinking about putting a video about me, because he did that with other creators. He did it with Afro Ting Tang and a few other guys. So he was going to do that roast videos he does on his main channel. He stopped doing that because he realized that I had caught information about his family. So if he did that, most of his audience I was gonna have some visibility. Most of his audience would want to check out what I talk about. And when they come over here, they will start hearing who really Oshay Duke Jackson is, because I'm one of the few people that really know who Oshay is. Okay? I really know the dude. I know I got eyes on him in Uganda. I know exactly what he does. And I'm the only person that can put this on the internet. So he knew I had something. This is why Oshay took the deal. But he couldn't help himself. He couldn't help himself. Today's video that he did, and we're going to get to that here in a bit, he took the video down. Oshay Duke Jackson did a live stream this morning and took it down. Literally, like I went to drop my daughter off at school. When I came back from school, the video was gone. He didn't even let the video post. And he made a lot of allegations in that video, which we're going to cover. I don't have the video, but I took notes in here. I know exactly what he talked about. And I hope that Wodemaya hears about this, you know, because this is the problem with these Western blacks. It's like you might think you're cool with them, and then when they get drunk, they say some things, and most of the times they're not even true. They're just emotionally hurt inside because maybe you didn't maybe Wodemaya didn't give him some attention, whether it's deliberate or not. And then they just feel bad, and they're going to hate you forever. Feminine mannerisms, that's the whole point. So they don't know how to deal with guys man to man without putting their emotions in. Wodemaya is a solid dude, man. I don't know him personally, but I know a lot of stories in Ghana. I mean, my president traveled with Wodemaya on the same private plane to China. You know, I have my small disagreements with Wodemaya, with the Pan-Africanism that he talks about. But if you've noticed, Wodemaya has never come to the US to do any story in Black America. When he came to America, he didn't really go into the Black community. But he did it in Brazil. He went to Salvador Bahia. He was with the Black Afro-Brazilians. You know? So I think maybe I understand that part of Wodemaya. I may have to talk to him. I'm trying to reach out to him directly to see if he can have a conversation. But the video is not there. Maybe he watched Oshay live. I hope he watched Oshay live and heard everything that Oshay Duke Jackson had to say about him. But if he didn't hear it, at least I watched it, so I know exactly what Oshay talked about. And if I knew he was going to do what Auston Holleman does, I would have recorded it or screen recorded that part so that we can react to it. But we'll get to that. Now let me play this out a little bit and we'll get to that.
Now, we're just discussing if we're going to leave. You say you saw me at Nairobi. Did you speak? Or you? Let me see. I do remember. I think I met you. in America. You know what? That's what I forgot to get. I was supposed to go. I was supposed to go buy some more chicken and beef. I cooked these great steaks yesterday. I'm gonna show y'all. Well, we only have one left in the air fryer.
You don't want to see that?
Line talking shit. Don't.
Damn, so these incels, you have to show them all the stuff you cook. Yeah, I saw him. I saw Oshay insult Javin in one of the live streams too. Javin joined the live stream, and Oshay was dissing him. And Oshay always thinks that anybody that doesn't have a YouTube following is broke. In the minds of these idiots, they think everybody on YouTube is a YouTuber full time and works for YouTube. You don't even know what Javin does for a living. You don't know whether he has an inheritance. You don't know, and I've listened to Javin. I disagree with him maybe, I would say 99% on the politics, right? Almost 100%. We are the opposite spectrum of his politics, right? But he's a good person. And I've supported his streams from time to time. He's a good person. This is what I'm saying. Some of my personal friends are hardened liberals, like real liberals, because I went to school in Illinois. So Illinois is a blue state. So I have friends that are hardened liberals, but we don't let our political differences get in the middle of us. We get into arguments and it's funny because I believe what I believe and they believe what they believe, right? But that's the beauty of being ideologically on different side of the spectrum and still being able to talk about stuff. It's beautiful. So I can watch Javin on the other topics. I just won't watch him when he covers more liberal stuff because I think he's a little bit too liberal for me. But he's a good dude. He's a good guy, right? I understand where he comes from. He's big on this Pan-African stuff. He debunks a lot of the FBA talking points. He's a good guy, he's a good guy. So I'll never take anything away from him. But Oshay disrespected him in a live stream. And then he timed him out right away. That's soft thing. Like, you can't even take criticism. At least he didn't kick me out this time. I did write a few things. He ignored it, but he didn't kick me out. He used to kick me out right away. And I didn't. Just for showing up on his live streams, he would kick me out without even saying anything, right? They were just saying salute or greetings. He would kick me out. He'll curse at me and then he'll kick me out. That's how he used to do it. And that's exactly what he did with Javin. And that's very disrespectful. This notion that anybody that creates content is broke if they don't have 100,000 subscribers. We're not all YouTubers. I don't consider myself a YouTuber. I create content, but I don't live off YouTube. I'm going to, for the new viewers, because you guys don't know, I usually post my earnings like monthly for the audience to see it. I'm very transparent like that. I still haven't taken a paycheck from YouTube. Can you believe it? I won't get a paycheck till November 20-something. I deferred it. YouTube has a feature that allows you to do that. So you can defer your payments up to 12 months if you don't want to take it monthly. Because what am I doing taking $50 paychecks? In May, we made $10 on this channel. What am I doing taking $10, right? It's not about money. That doesn't even pay for my software. So Oshay has that thing where he disrespects people just because they don't have 100,000 subscribers. And there's a lot more life outside of YouTube. There are people that are lawyers, doctors, engineers that will still create content just like I do. Like I do this for fun. I enjoy it. I do it for fun. This is why you don't see Cash Apps and Send It In, and PayPal and all this bullshit that they've put on these platforms where it's not entertaining. You can't get through a stream without some creator hustling you for money. It's bullshit, man. And I get sick and tired of it, Create. If you don't love creating, move on, go do something else.
Never anticipate on anything ever happening. Did y'all, what was that one video, that one white boy, he was intimidate him, and the white kid just put his head down. I don't think people understand. Like, you have to be very careful with what you say online about people in specific. So we might do a call in today. I got some time today. I'm about to sit back and drink for a minute. Boy,
actually, it looks nice, but the trailer's always.
women do not understand the difference in fucking reality between Atlanta housewives and real life. I can tell you, growing.
Okay, so that's enough of that bullshit. I'm sure you guys are bored watching this shit. I'm gonna close this one out, and we'll see if that punk ass on his Kenganda channel has that video up. You know, let me go to that screen. Let me find you, Kenganda. Yes, find Kenganda. You know, if you're gonna do live streams and make wild allegations, at least be a man. Yep, he took it down. You know, be a man and post it up, right? You make all these allegations about Wodemaya. They were wild. I'm gonna try and remember as much as I can. And let me pull this up real quick. And I'm gonna try and remember as much as I can. Because the video is deleted. I'm just trying to show you the screen so you can see. As you can see here, it's deleted. This stream he has here is from 3 days ago, but he had a live stream today. The question is, why has he deleted the live stream? The bigger run that he had that we reacted to, he's going to keep that up because he got some South Africans supporting him. And it's like, yeah, you know, it's like, I don't know what that analogy is called, your enemy, my enemy. The South Africans don't like Africans. The Black Americans don't like Africans. So they think the two of them can like each other. I'm like, no, you guys can like each other. You're all the same people, by the way. I mean, they tend to be the same people. But I'm like, they're not going to like each other like that. It's only working out because they are both not going to go into each other's spaces. Americans are not going to move to South Africa because it's too dangerous. It's not the Africa that they would expect. It's developed, but it's very dangerous. And then South Africans would need a visa to come to the US. So it's just one of those things, right? It's fine. So I think that's why that video is up. But he makes these other videos, the Africans want me deported. The reason I wanted to react to his main video that he's deleted, he made some allegations and he was talking about me, okay? So Oshay Duke, I wanted to put this on a record because sometimes I feel like these people don't listen. And the guys that have listened to me long term, they know this, but this is a tactic that some of these FBAs do with the hope that maybe they can encourage somebody to do something to me. So it's kind of reverse psychology. Oshay, I'm going to say this on the record. I do not support anybody doxing your Uganda address, finding where you live in Uganda, harming you in Uganda. I have no interest in anybody doing anything physically to harm you. It's not worth it. What am I going to gain from somebody harming you? I don't gain anything from it. That's too cruel. That's not who I am. So I have nothing. I can beat you online. Just like this, rhetoric to rhetoric. I'll beat you online. That's what I did the first time. So why will I move it away from this? When I force you to capitulate, why will I get away from this methodology? You roast, I roast. I'm not going to come there and tell somebody to do something to you. So that's off the record now. I have explained that I don't support any form of violence, attacks, or anything against Oshay Duke Jackson. Matter of fact, stay there as long as you can. I made a video 3 days ago saying that we are stuck with you. You're never going to leave. You're going to live all your life there and retire there and be a grandpa in Uganda. So we've come to accept that that's what is going to happen. Okay, we've come to accept that. That's just what is going to happen. Nobody is going to do anything to physically harm you. That's not something that I'm interested in. Only weak people fight like that. This is something that is very typical with your community. I don't fight like that. We're fighting about ideas, and our strategies might be different. Your strategy is you get drunk and you go on a rant and you say some of the most hurtful things and disrespectful things about people and their features, and you mock our accents and our last names. You do the most disrespectful and disparaging thing that even white folks never do. Now, my methodology is different. I go on non-stop hits, and if it looks like an obsession, I don't care. I can dedicate a whole month making only videos about you. That's my methodology. And some of my videos would involve investigating your past, the things you've done in the past, to try to let people understand why you're crazy. That's my methodology. And Oshay calls that doxing. That is not doxing. That is not doxing. What I'm doing is not doxing. Finding legal paperwork of court documents of your mama and your daddy beating themselves up to almost killing themselves. That's Oshay's history. Their parents were beating themselves up almost to death in California. And I found those court documents. These are legal court papers that are public information. But I never put it out there. I just held on to it for the good day. And that's what he doesn't want me to expose. I'm like, Oshay, I'm going to expose that. You're not going to stop me from doing that. You had your chance, buddy. I gave you the chance, and you abused it. Zambia just found natural deposits. I haven't checked. I'm going to look into that. I'll look into that. That's interesting. That's very interesting. So this guy, he wants to hit, but he doesn't want to be hit. And I'm like, no, you're not gonna just hit one way and hope that I'm just gonna sit back and not punch back. He's like, no, you haven't seen anything yet, man. I'm ruthless like that, Oshay. I'm ruthless, bro. I don't care how big your channel is. Okay, isn't this the same Oshay Duke Jackson that used to come here and mock our live streams on the main channel? Remember, on the main channel, he used to mock our live streams that had the channel that has more subs. He used to come there and mock our live streams because we would stream to like 5 people, 6 people, and then he would come in there, roast, super chat and roast and leave. Because he thought that what we're doing was not going to gain any traction. Then he came back probably about 3 months later, and we're doing 100 people on lives on a much smaller channel. We are converting sometimes almost 10% of the subs watching a live stream. You don't find very many small channels that can have a 2,000 channels hosting live streams with 120. 2 nights ago, we had 147 people. Just 2 nights ago on an unplanned live stream. Didn't even plan it. I just kind of like put it up. I don't plan most of my live streams. 147 people tuned in 2 nights ago. On a channel that only has 1,600, at the time had only 1,600, 1,700 subs. So he's done YouTube longer. He knows that we have some traction. He knows that. And it only comes down to authenticity, because I'm not here begging anybody. I'm not stealing anybody's money. I just come here and I talk my crap and I go. Okay? I come here, I talk my crap and I go. And most of it, mostly factual. Okay, mostly factual. And this is what they don't like, because they've never been challenged. So he's like, well, the only 2 guys that are criticizing me don't even live in Africa. They think that if you don't live in Africa, then you have no interest in Africa. I'm African. Are you crazy? Are you stupid? It's like telling an Indian here in Dallas that they don't care about India. All the news they consume is India. All the entertainment they consume is India. When I watch my news on YouTube, it's Ghanaian news. Most of the content I watch is Ghanaian news or Colombian news. So I have my eyes on it. Obviously, that's where I'm from. Even if I don't live there, it doesn't mean I don't love the place. Are you stupid? That's the difference between a Western mindset and us. Some of us pay school fees. We have families there. Because for us, our families are not just nuclear, not just my wife and kids. That's a selfish Western mentality. We have long, large families that we support from here. So it doesn't matter where an African lives. You can't take the African out of them. We still speak our languages. Some of us are teaching our children our languages. They eat our food. We take our cultures with us everywhere we go. I'm African. So don't tell me because I don't live in Africa, I'm going to watch a non-African in Africa say shit about Africa and I can't respond. Are you stupid? What are you smoking or drinking? Like, oh, all the people that criticize me don't even live in Africa. As if that is a requirement to be African. Living in Africa doesn't make you African. I'm African and you're not. You're American and I'm African. You are a visitor in my land. At least I have citizenship here, but I'm still a visitor too in white America. But I have a lot of interest in Africa. I go back to Africa a lot. I literally spend all my vacation in Africa. I still do business in Africa. I have friends and family in Africa. I went to elementary school. I was born there. I went to elementary school there. I went to high school there. I grew up in Africa. I sound African. And you're telling me I can't speak in protest of some bullshit that you're saying about us? Are you stupid? Who gave you the permission to even speak on us? And dare me not to speak because I don't live on a continent. Because you have some Pan-African ideology. Pan-Africanism is just an ideology. It's not a passport. You don't have a passport of any country on the African continent. You're a visitor to Africa with a dark skin. You are not any different than a white dude from Alaska visiting Africa. Same people. You're just an American visiting and living in Africa with a dark skin. That's it. Salute to you, A86. You're just an African. You're a black American visiting Africa. Living and doing business in Africa. You don't really do business there, but living and creating content in Africa. And that's okay. But do not ever question the loyalty of an African just because he lives overseas. Because you don't understand the amount of remittances and support we send to our countries. We all contribute to the development of these countries. Ask any country how much remittances they get. And even if the remittances only go to our family members like you alluded to, it still goes into the national economy. It helps with forex and exchange rates, if you know anything about economics. It helps move money around. It pays somebody's school fees. What do you think our family members do with the money? Just put it in their ass and shit it out? No, they go and buy groceries. That supports a business. They pay school fees. That supports a business. Do you know how Nigerians are sending billions of dollars home in remittances? Even if it goes to their family members. Do you know how many people get to eat a meal just because a family member is working overseas? Do you know how many black immigrants hold the line for Africans? You guys go there and you give people petty gifts in the village and you think that you've done a lot for the Africans. No, you haven't. You don't know the amount. Even if I went there and I built a house or I built a business, the people that work in those houses, they're still African. They're getting employed. The Ghanaian or the Nigerian that lives in America and the UK holds the line for many African families. You can never argue against that. Ask any country how much money they get in remittances from abroad. Go to Jamaica and ask. When Jamaica had a hurricane, what did your community do? They were boycotting Jamaicans even in their hardest times. Our friends in Haiti, the first black people on this side of the Atlantic to set themselves free, who have never had peace because of Western hegemony and has Western interference to this very day. Everybody knows Haiti's stories. If there's any human being you want to feel pity for, it's our Haitian brothers. And then Port-au-Prince had an earthquake. I know you guys don't learn like this. You know, these guys that have started creating content and have no common sense. Port-au-Prince went through some difficulty. And they had an earthquake. And these brothers from Haiti still worked through it. And then there was more meddling. I think his name was Moise. President Moise got killed, which had Canadian and French hands in it, and destabilized them again. And then the gangs had to take over, fighting to restore some type of power. But Cap Haitien is safe. You know, there's certain parts of the island that is safe. You guys are the wealthiest blacks closest to the Haitians. Yet you haven't given them any support. And the few that got access to even come to America to rebuild their lives, you hate them. You maltreat them. You treat them badly. When they cross over to their brothers in the DR, they discriminate against them. And Haiti is an island, but you've all left them on an island. You have not shown them any love. And you still have the audacity to say, boycott them, boycott them, boycott them. How much down do you want them to be? Because you have no soul. Talking about, what people are walking around Africa with no soul. No, you guys have no soul. What happened to you guys, man? You were not always like this. You were not like this in the 60s. Even in the early 70s, you were not like this. What happened to y'all, man? You stopped going to church. You stopped loving the Lord. You stop taking care of your families, your kids. You have more energy for the most unnecessary things. There's some idiot called the Angry Man, sits on the internet and yells, puts his cash up and scream. All of you came from the same school. It's called the Negro Manosphere. Who is the architect of the Negro Manosphere? Oshay Duke Jackson. Let me show you some of the most scholarly people that came out of the Negro Manosphere. You know, the most intelligent black men that came out of the Negro Manosphere. Oshay Duke Jackson, the Angry Man. Okay, there's this guy. What is his name? I'm trying to remember. There was a guy called Charles Tyler that died in Brazil. BMT, who thinks that he created the Passport Bro movement. All of them became whores overseas. They started traveling the world, sleeping with prostitutes. Okay? Now, for those of you that are very new to who Oshay Duke Jackson is, I'm going to find, because this video, he doesn't show us a lot. I'm going to go to my old some of my old videos. Now, I'll play you one just to give you an idea. I may have to go way back to find some of these videos, because we got plenty of them. This is when we talked. That was 3 months ago. It's when I stopped making videos about it. But let's go back. I'll find something. Let's go to... I want to show you guys who this guy is. You know, what his mission was, what brought him to the motherland, quote unquote, right? Y'all give me a few seconds to find the Honorable Oshay. Just to give you an idea. Damn, I have this many videos here. A lot of videos, but we'll find it. It's coming up somewhere. Bear with me a little bit. I just want to show you. Yeah. But I'm disgusted by. Let's go to this guy.
And why you would get in trouble for it?
It is illegal in Kenya, and I would not encourage anyone coming to do that. First of all, it is not good, and unfortunately, what happens is, especially at the coastal part of Kenya, young girls or young people have been pushed to do that. Unfortunately.
So let me get the.
Let me pause.
So say hi to everybody. So let me get the.
Let me pause right there. Doesn't this scene look like a J-Riddle? I haven't watched these guys in a long time, so I don't know. And I don't know if he's a reformed person. I know he doesn't create this kind of content anymore, but there is a lot of similarities between this and a J-Rello video. I wish I could go back and forth. My technology set up in the living room is not like in the office, so please forgive me. But isn't this so similar? Even the background, right? The way they all sit on a couch, set up their laptops. This is J-Rello type. So just before we even get into the video, guys, please just be objective. I'm not knocking Oshay Duke Jackson, but I have enough videos from friends of the channel that really points a striking semblance to what NYC, the future, or the new iteration or versions of the Passport Bros and J-Rello. They all have this. Like this is like the scene, right? And mind you, this video was taken just when Oshay moved to Uganda. So that tells me, I mean, this is what 8 years old, if not, maybe more. There is a lot of similarities, but let's go ahead and listen.
Live chat up, guys. This is her first time doing this, so she can't really see. She doesn't know much about YouTube.
And they sound the same, man. Is it just me, or like have I watched so many J-Rello videos over the last week to make me think they sound the same? Like they really sound the same. So it's not just the scenery of it, even the the vocals, the speech, everything just sounds the same. Like it's this creepy style of accent. It's not your common black accent in America. It's nowhere close to the common black accent in America, right? Like the average black guy doesn't speak like this. It has like this little creepy tone that isn't really black, if you know what I mean. Like strange, yeah.
God, she said I'm fat. You know what I mean? Am I fat now? Damn, what's going on? Hold on a second. All right, guys, I can't even see what's going on in the chat right now. All right. Let me go to my chat right here, my live chat. All right, we got 31 people watching. 36 people watching.
I don't.
All right, can you guys, is the internet going pretty good or is it going slow? What up, All Mall? What up, Mr. Marcus? Man, where is Lala? All right, can you guys, is the internet? All right, cool. So, all right, so Rosalind, I'm sorry. What's your name? Tell them what your name is.
Rosalind.
Rosalind, okay. What part of Uganda are you from?
Kampala.
Kampala.
Yeah.
All right, like, but what kind of where were you born? Where were you born in? And where's that at? Like, what part of Uganda is that at?
West.
Man, guys, I know I don't have any game. I've been out of the game for over a decade now, but you gotta come out a little bit stronger than this, Oshay.
Okay. We were talking a little bit about like weave and makeup and stuff, right? And
Yeah.
how do you feel about that? Because this is a big topic, like in America and amongst Africa. What do you feel like about makeup?
Shy.
No, it's fine. Come back.
Wait.
You're shy. No, it's fine. You look good.
I'm not shy.
You see, that's one of the things too. Very similar with Jerello. A lot of the girls don't want to be on camera because Africans are really shy people. You know, like you don't find a lot of us that can do what I'm doing now, like facing the camera and confidently speaking to people with my own accent. You know what I mean? Like it's not part of us. A lot of us are not good public speakers. Like these are skills you have to learn as you live in the West or like connect with a lot more people here in the West. This doesn't come easily, right? So a lot of these girls don't want to even be on camera. And this again is very similar to the few videos of Jerrillo that I've seen. Kobe, Tembo, Jerrillo doesn't even know Nairobi, like you, TikTok, manga, other parts of the world, or that tricking part, and all these. And let's keep watching.
Come on, let's talk about it. We're gonna talk about also why you're gonna go to USA. Come on, let's talk about it. We're gonna talk about also why you're gonna go to USA. Come on, let's talk about it. We're gonna talk about also why you're gonna go to USA. But some of these guys have we done seen it. They said they want us to come back.
That's what?
They said we done seen the ass now, come back.
We done seen the ass now come back. Wait, let it.
They said she got ass though, you see?
Hey.
She's beautiful, right? Like she don't have no makeup on, she don't have no weave or anything.
Look at me here.
America. You want to go to America, yeah?
Yes, I do.
Okay, why do you want to go to America?
I want to go for
Work.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know anybody that works in America from?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't know anybody that's ever been to the United States?
No.
Why not like the United Kingdom, or why not France, or why not Germany, or those other places?
Thanks for the tip.
You're scary.
Don't be scared, just not scared. Have her turn around for us.
I was gonna say that a lot of the chat, I probably think a lot of the chat at the time was focusing in on just her backside, right? And again, that is very similar with Jerello videos. This like the same playbook, same.
I wasn't expecting that donkey booty. Hot damn. I'll tell you what, we'll start a business, okay? Me and you, I promise. Me and you will start a business, okay? Right now. But you can't get up in the next 5 minutes. So you and me are gonna help recruit Ugandan girls for Black dudes in America. So you and me are gonna help recruit Ugandan girls for Black dudes in America.
So yeah, this is why, that's what I'm saying. A lot of you, when I first posted this video, shout out to you, Jada. When I first posted this video, the channel was so small, so a lot of people didn't know this side of Oshay Duke Jackson. They didn't know that this is why he went to Africa. So now that he's talking all the big talk, making it sound like he's this exclusive Pan-African that is there to solve African problems, he went there to start a sex trafficking business, in his own words. This is why Oshay Duke Jackson went there. Whenever he talks this big game about content, see, Oshay is nothing in terms of content and creativity if he doesn't go to Africa. This is how he live streamed in 2019. Look at that. I even have more things to show you. If you look at how he made thumbnails back then. Okay, I'm not talking about this AI stuff that people are doing now, but back then people actually had to make thumbnails, right? And he didn't even try. He just let the video itself make the thumbnails for him. He didn't put in any work at all. The reason that, it's a time thing. Right now, the space is saturated. You know what I'm saying? The space is saturated, so it's a lot more harder to gain subscribers when you just start. Like literally, I consider myself really actively doing YouTube now for 6 months, right? Before that, I wasn't really doing YouTube like that. So to get this type of growth in 6 months, I would have probably gained 10x at the time when these Oshays started YouTube, because there was not very many channels like this. Like the monetization part of it wasn't really there. So people used to post like how to make videos on YouTube. It was like how to change a brake, how to do this, how to do that. So the monetization feature didn't catch on to most of us, because I was in college. I didn't have time to be thinking about this. And kudos to them. I don't knock anybody's capitalism for them finding something and being pioneers in it and doing exceptionally well at it. I'm not going to take that away from him. But what he doesn't understand is he still speaks to people that are creating and are starting to build their audience as if they will never grow or as if they will never get there. And that is not true. If you are building something, if you are watching me and you're building something, you're starting something, don't look at the guys that are already at the finish line and think that you can't get there. That might discourage you a little bit. Just do your own thing. Do your own thing. Do your analytics. Learn about the platform. Put in the little work. Put in the hours. Try to build an audience base. Listen to your audience and try to give them what they want to watch. Because at the end of the day, you're only gonna watch what you want to watch. I can't just put stuff here for you and hope that you watch it. That's why that feedback is important. And eventually, you're gonna build your own way and your own path. And this small channel is just proof that it can work. If you take your time and you like diligently pull in the work, it's gonna come out right. But these Oshays, they don't tell people that. If you're a critic of him, like Javin, all of a sudden Javin is broke. How do you know he's broke? How do you know Javin is broke? You don't know the dude. Because he criticizes you doesn't mean he's broke. You can have your disagreements with the person. You can have your arguments with the person, but you don't have to go to these talking points that anybody that doesn't have 400,000 subs is broke. That's stupid. It's not true. Not everybody is aspiring to be a YouTuber, okay? It's not the most respectable thing out there. Come here, entertain yourself and keep it going. But Oshay went to Africa to start a sex trafficking business, okay? This is well documented. It's not defamation. It's his own words. And he was serious because he was doing this on a live stream. And this mindset came from the Negro Manosphere, a website that he created with a few other dudes who are women-hating black men that mostly all have the same backgrounds. Like from my own investigation, a lot of these guys either grew up in abusive homes or struggling homes, and most of them are also products of single mothers. I mean, Oshay's generation is the prime generation of where that single mother rate was like high, probably the peak years, like 85% of them. Like 8 out of 10 of these guys were born without a father in the home or grew up without a father in the home. Almost 9 out of 10 during the Oshay Duke Jackson generation. So a lot of them are like this, and a lot of them are disgruntled, and they are hateful, and they hate women, and they say all kinds of things about women. And these diaspora wars they're talking about, I saw them saying that Nigerians started the diaspora. No, they don't. What time does an immigrant have to start wars? We come here to try to make money. We don't have time to fight wars. Who does boycotts? Who does fights? It's always the black folks. Okay, the black folks of America are the ones that always boycott and fight. That's in their DNA. It's in their nature. So why don't you at least take Take credit for it. Why are you trying to shift the blame? This is what I don't like. See, when I say something, I take credit for it. You know, when I say something, I take credit for it. I'm not going to put it on somebody else. Why are you guys trying to put this on the Nigerians? It didn't start from the Nigerians. You guys, you guys are looking for other people to blame because now we are starting to push back. That's the only difference. We didn't used to say anything. But now, okay, we're going to form YouTube channels. We're going to create our own spaces. We're going to give our people space to breathe where people are not always abusing them online, can't even entertain themselves. And we're going to push the same narratives that you guys push. We're going to say the same things that you guys say. And eventually, some people are going to look at this and say, hey, punch for punch, at some point, somebody's going to have to give it up. So all you guys don't like is the pushback. I read your comments all the time. I don't respond to all of it, but I read almost 80% of the comments on both channels. So obviously, I know a lot of people don't like the videos, right? They don't like that Africans are saying this, but you have to deal with it. We have to deal with it because what the Tariq Nasheed guys have created is cult-like. And this, when they become like that, and like the African ladies that had to go to prison because they allowed some FBAs in there, they allow some FBAs into their business, and then they get into trouble and go to prison. And I'm like, you know what? I've had enough. When those girls in Alabama at a beauty store were charged for that small incident, I knew it came from the internet. It came from what they heard from Tariq Nasheed. They went there to provoke these ladies. And these ladies, because they don't know what is going on the internet, they made a mistake and they got themselves in trouble. And now they're going to do, I think they're doing 9 months in prison because of a kidnapping charge, because the lady didn't want to pay them and they locked the door. And they didn't even know that's a big offense in the US. So my channels are very important now because the Africans, especially in the diaspora, are watching this and I'm like, okay, Nana says, disassociate yourself from the community altogether. And if you disassociate yourself from the community, then you won't have contact for them to create issues for you. Like I haven't seen a black person in 1 week. From Monday through Friday, I was counting. I actually have a checkbook where I count how many encounters I've had with black people. And I'm doing that every week. I want to see how many black people I have encounters with for the whole year, just to have an idea how far or how much closer I am to them. Except for Africans. I mean, if I meet Caribbeans and Africans, that's different. I'm talking about FBAs. I want to see how many times I come into contact with them, right? And over the last week, I didn't see any, which, and contact, and also if I had a conversation with them. So I want to see. And this is what I think black immigrants should do. Like if you disassociate very far, then you won't have any issues because the others will always receive you. The Indians are awesome. The Koreans and the Chinese, they're all awesome people. They'll sell you fried rice, You can go and get your nails done and your feet done. The women, you can go get your feet done, your nails done. You go to your other African sister or Caribbean sister to get your hair done. You can really fully insulate yourself from the black community in America so that you don't have any problems. I'm not saying hate them. I'm just saying isolate yourself so that you don't have contact that can create problems. Because what Tariq is doing, you don't know who listens to Tariq when you come into contact with them. And you don't know what they are cooking because they're trying to get some teddies, right? So the best thing you can do is to just separate yourself from them. Don't get into their communities, don't get into their business, stay away. If you can't rent in a nice or upscale neighborhood, get you an African sister, a Haitian sister, a Jamaican sister, be a roommate so that you can increase your money to go live in a slightly upscale community so that you're away from this stuff. Because it'll just come back to kind of harm you. If there's only 13% of the population. And that even includes other groups that have intermarried into them. And out of that 13%, they're not all like that. I would say maybe the problem out of 13% is like 12% or 10%. That 10% problematic. That's not a lot of people, and most of them concentrated on the coast and in the south. So if you're in the middle, you can avoid them. If you're in the south, get your money up a little bit, you can avoid them. And if you do this more and more, you can create your own hybrid little communities where you have no issues with the others. Remember, because I don't have issues with white folks. I love them. I got no issues with Asians. I don't boycott anything. I'm not boycotting no Asians. I'm not boycotting no Africans. I don't boycott shit. I'm not going to let some black dude in America that is low achieving tell me what to do, who to boycott and who not to boycott. I'm not joining their foolishness. Let them do their bullshit, okay? That kid that just drowned, they want to make it about a race issue. That kid got drunk and drowned in Mississippi, and all of a sudden Al Sharpton shows up. These are forever complainants. They're always going to put race in everything. So they cry for integration. They get integration, and now if you have white friends, it's also a problem. If you have white friends and you died around them, then the white man is the problem. So now they're saying, we want integration, but we don't want you to be friends with the white folks. You have to share your country with these white people. It's not like Africa where we're a homogeneous society where we don't have them. Or if we have them, they are a minority. Over here, they are a majority. You have to share these spaces with them. So do you want integration or do you want segregation? There's only two ways. It feels like within them at home, they are raised to believe in segregation, but in practice, they don't like segregation. They don't want to go to a black-only school. They want to go to other schools that has other people. But when they go to other schools that have other people, and you check them, all of a sudden you're a racist. Like, what do you want? This is why you don't have to be part of this stuff. You don't have to involve yourself in it. I see it as foolishness. It's become cultural. It's baked in. It's so different from how we think. So it's not in our best interest to be around that. This has even nothing to do with the diaspora wars. This is just common sense. Like I said, diaspora wars aside, if Tariq Nasheed has 70,000 people watching each video he posts, those are 70,000 people that if they come into your black African salon, they can create problems for you because they are already coming with they have some premeditated thoughts to give you issues. And that's what happened to the sisters in Birmingham. They allowed these people in and they got in trouble. And now 3 of them are going to go to prison because they dealt with a black American sister. Could have been avoided if they only gave, it's like, it's low-key discrimination is what you're supposed to do. When they're coming in, you hear the accent, then you're like, we're closing. You don't say we don't take blacks, right? You don't say that because that can get you in trouble. You just say you're closing, or, oh, I just got an emergency call. I got to go pick up my son. Come tomorrow. Or make an appointment. When they call you on the phone and they're making an appointment, you hear the accent, you can just say you're full or you're closed. You have to do this. If you don't do that and you get them, I'm talking about the people that have these businesses because they're boycotting it anyway. But let's say they've not boycotted it, you can low-key discriminate, like low-key, not too much, unless it's like a black lady that always comes to you and has come to you for many years, that you know them personally to be good people, because it's not everybody that is bad. If you know somebody like that, then you're okay, right? You can be like, okay, yeah, because I know Shaniqua, so no problem. Shaniqua is good to me. So because you know Shaniqua, and Shaniqua is a great person, you can always allow Shaniqua in. No big deal. But the ones that have been listening to these TikToks and have been talking reckless, and I have tons of videos I've reacted to in the past. You hear all the stuff they talk about. The diaspora wars is just not an internet thing anymore. It's moved into action. I mean, regular mainstream black American creators that I used to love. Mainstream creators that I used to love. You know what they've done? They're all calling us terrorists now. The guys that I used to love, mainstream creators that spoke middle and they were very objective and they were good creators and I enjoyed listening to them, they using these terror words now. So now I don't even watch any Black American creators anymore. I mean, I'll spy on the Passport Bros because I got to watch them so I can create content, right? But I don't entertain myself with any of their content. I watch the PBD podcast. I watch Lex Friedman. And then I watch, so PBD, Lex Friedman. And then sometimes I watch my own videos. I go back. I don't know if any of you do that. Let me know in the chat if you are one of those people that goes back to some of our very old live streams, like episode 1. And then you watch the whole 2-hour live stream. If you are one of those people, let me know in the chat because I do that. Like I go back and I've deleted the ones that were on this channel, but I wish I didn't. But sometimes I go back and I listen to some of our very, very old live streams and my talking points are the same. Nothing has changed. It's just that consistent, right? So if you enjoy things like that, you can do it. You can go back to the old live streams and sometimes if you have like an easy day, you can go back and watch some of it. I think it's interesting. So that's what I do. If I run out of PBD podcasts and a few other things, I go back to that. Occasionally, I'll tune into Anton Daniels. Rarely, but occasionally. But I've had to not even watch Black American creators anymore because all of them, these guys are so hungry for money on the internet that they are all moving towards this Tariq thing, but it doesn't even get the views. It's saturated only towards a specific group of Black Americans. Not all Black Americans watch that stuff. So they think they're getting the views. They get good live streams, but they don't get good views when they post long-form content, including Dennis Perlin, who had a big upside if he covered legal stuff like The Lead Attorney, right? The Lead Attorney is solid, right? If Dennis Perlin covered stuff like The Lead Attorney, his channel would have done way better. Instead, Dennis Perlin has 6 YouTube channels. 6. And he posts like 10 videos a day. You know, salute to you, Rogers, for subbing. You know, he posts 10 videos a day. If you're posting 10 videos a day, so that you can spread it across all these channels to count views, it's like they're just hustling for money at this point. They're not interested in providing good content that you can enjoy. It's like quick reactions, post, quick reactions, post. You know, there's no authenticity, no originality to their content. There's no joy in watching them anymore because they're looking at the money. Like they really need the money, so they don't really care about the product. And now they are all calling us terrorists. Even the guys that used to be really reasonable and mainstream. So I look back and I'm like, I have to do this. You know, like I really, really have to do this. I have to provide this space that my people can come to and hear some strategies that can make them be safe. Because these people are crazy. I mean, you see what they do over there, you know? These people are crazy. So I need to let them know that, okay, this is how you protect yourself. This is what you do. And, you know, and share some good and important information for them so that they can also have a sane space on YouTube. Because everywhere you go, you want to watch any Black person, they're calling you a terror. They're even calling Africans living in African terrorists. That's how bad it is. Like, you know, as soon as they run into problems, like they're creating content and it's not going well, like men tuition, they are blaming terrorists for their struggling YouTube channels. Like, geez, how bad does it get? And then his background, you guys saw it 2 days ago. The internet is choppy. The background sucks. The content was flopping. He couldn't put the content up. He didn't even understand his technology. Had it cranked up at 1080p with stupid ass internet. He had wires lined up in the background. The lights were all fucked up. So when you give this mediocre level of product and the outcome is bad, why are you blaming an African for your YouTube flop? You're flopping on YouTube and you're blaming an African for it. Why are you blaming an African for flopping on YouTube? Just do better content. That's it. It has nothing to do with some terrorists in the space. Like, we can't take all the blame, right? We can't. At some point, you have to look in the mirror and say, man, my shit sucks. I need to go do some analytics and figure out what's going to happen, right? But no, that's not what they want to do. They want to blame you. But let's watch some more Oshay stuff.
So you and me are going to help recruit Ugandans.
Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? I don't know if I should play it again. Oshay Duke Jackson is telling the young lady that she's essentially going to become a pimp or a matchmaker. That she's going to, through her, she's going to hook up a lot of the guys that come from America to Uganda. So it's not like you're only doing sex tourism. Now you've moved the goalposts to a pimp business, essentially. Guys, I swear I didn't watch the whole video, so I didn't know what direction this was gonna go. But I'm going to have it to guarantee you that go over to Africa, man. You guys are have enough to go to this.
Ugandan women, pretty ones like you, up with guys in America. That means that we are going to create, like, we're going to hook Ugandan women, pretty ones like you, up with guys in America. That means that we are going to create, like, we're going to hook Ugandan women, pretty ones like you, up with guys in America.
Kali.
We're going to go in business. See, now she see. So what do you think? You think it's a guys? Press 5 if you want Rosalind, because Rosalind's shy, right? But I might bring her on for Kinganda for. I was gonna do an episode with her for that, but I don't know if she's camera shy or not. But so let's talk about how we're gonna get pretty girls like you to guys in America, right? That's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna use my Kinganda YouTube channel, and we're gonna bring hook guys up, and then that way you'll have enough money to go to the U. You probably won't even need to go to USA if it turns out well. I promise. That way you'll have enough money to go to the U. You probably won't even need to go to USA if it turns out well. I promise. That way you'll have enough money to go to the U. You probably won't even need to go to USA if it turns out well.
You know what is funny? Let me pull my other screen up. You know what is funny? This video was posted 9 months ago on the main channel. It only got 154 views. See, that's a problem when you have a small channel, or when you don't have the traction and you post a video. That was Oshay's calculations. Not a lot of people see it, but about 120 of you are seeing this live now. But this video posted a long time ago, and it only had 154 people in 9 months. So according to Oshay, that was not enough eyes for him to bother. And I kept telling him, I said, this shit is going to grow. And when the time comes, every 6 months, I'm going to refresh people's memories. Eventually, people are going to see it. Now, there are other Oshay videos that got up there 3, 4, 5,000 views. But in the earlier stages, these were only 154 people saw it. So it worked in his favor. But right now, it does not work in his favor because people are going to see it. And every time that we grow, I can always bring it back and replay it for more people to see it. This is why it's a bigger challenge for him now, because he knows there's eyes on this. People are going to see it. 120 people have seen it right now. This is why Oshay went to Africa. He didn't go there to set up business, to help people out. He was a passport bro. And because he liked darker women, he decided to set shop in Africa. And that's how we ended up with Oshay. Oshay didn't go there on some Pan-African business. It didn't go out. No, it's not like it's an old video, so it doesn't matter. It does matter. That's why he went over there. An old video is still your character, boy. You're not going to find an old video of me doing this shit. The year he did that, I was working. I was working a corporate job. I didn't have time. I don't have time to be doing bullshit like this. It tells a lot about him. It tells the Africans how he got there. What is a lie about this? That's his behavior. I didn't do this video. He did this video. So don't make it about me. I didn't do this. Our job as Africans is to understand how we got this motherfucker there. And some people in Kenya and Uganda don't know. They just know Oshay Duke Jackson by subscriber count. I know him for who he is. I know his entire family, not personally, but through data and paperwork. He's a traumatized individual. This is why he makes these stupid videos ranting and talking crap about us. It comes from somewhere. That is the fact I'm trying to establish for people to understand that we're dealing with some black folks that are sick in the head because of how they grew up. This guy grew up all around trauma, dude. If you have an idea what his pops did to his mom, you guys have no idea. I know it because I've seen the court papers. If you know what this dude's pops did to the mom, sometimes YouTube might not even be a good space to talk about these stories, man. He thinks that is me doxing him. I'm not doxing him. It's public information. It's court records, fool. I just know how to find that stuff. My wife is an attorney, so I know how to find shit. It's just court records. It's public information. You know what I'm saying? So my job is to show people, or especially Africans, why we are getting this onslaught from this fool is because he's not a normal kid. He didn't grow up normal. Can't you tell when he speaks? You know, you guys are putting him on pedestal because he's big on YouTube. But it doesn't change the fact if he's an idiot, he's an idiot. I don't care how big your sub count is. Didn't you all see MTR in Thailand acting a fool? He's got almost 1 million subs. 2 times bigger than Oshay. You know? This is what he went there to do. And this is not the only old video of Oshay that I have. And soon, you know, the work I'm about to do, we're going to get first-hand experience of what he does now. He's going to have to pay a lot of bribe to keep that information away from me because I'm also going to pay that bribe too. I'm going to pay for access. So he has to pay for access too. So we're all going to be spending some money because I need that information. So yes, I will be getting you some new information too. But I'm building up a story, okay? Because we got a whole month of Oshay. So I got to build it up. The first time I did this video, only 154 people saw it. It didn't go anywhere. Well, now a lot more people are going to see it. And that's a good thing. Because a lot of Africans don't know how we got this idiot. You know, that's how we got him there. He went there to do sex business. Sex trafficking.
This channel is all about exploiting and later dissing Africans out. Who the hell is the Mac 3?
Even there, somebody cautioned him and brought it up. And typical Oshay fashion, I think he dissed the person and kicked the person off.
What are you talking about, nigga? This channel is all about exploiting and later dissing Africans out. Who the hell is the Mac 3?
Yeah, and that he's come under a lot of criticism too, that a lot of the American and thinking is any different from anybody else. A lot
Thanks for
more
the
private
sub.
about in America. And that's as I want to go over there and have that for some reason people think it's cool to travel abroad and just pay for sex at a brothel. Like, that's stupid, man. Some of the best women on the planet are in these countries. You can find yourself a very suitable partner with very little effort, man. Really, really very little effort. So it baffles me.
What are you talking about, nigga? This channel is all about exploiting and later dissing Africans out.
So yeah, that's what your dude went to Africa to do. He didn't go there to pioneer anything or to do all the things he's been talking about lately. Let me take some of your comments. I can wrap this up. Ooh, this one went longer. Sub-Saharan. I actually heard a Jamaican minister on TV 2 days ago talking about Anansi stories. And in Tekuma, I didn't know they even teach that in Jamaican schools. That's a very popular book that we used to teach in our elementary schools to our kids, Anansi, which is the Akan word for spider. So the Jamaicans and the Caribbeans have always known a lot about the African history and the African ancestry. It's only these guys, man. It's only the Tari guys. And this kind of mindset, there's a common trend here. This mindset only happens, and I'm going to use this to wrap it up, but this is very common. It only happens in countries that are built by white people, developed by white people, and then there's a black population in those countries. Because those countries have been built and developed and advanced by the majority white, or even in some cases, a minority white, or if it's a heavily white controlled economy or infrastructure, you find that the blacks there feel a certain type of way. They feel they are always better, which, no offense, they can feel that way. It's fine. But they tend to be the ones that move away from anything that is associated with poverty, bottom, struggle, Africa, dirt. They look at that as something that they cannot touch. If Africa had a Dubai image, they'll all be claiming some ties and allegiance to it, right? So that's the same. That's why you don't find Haitians or Jamaicans behaving like that, or St. Lucians behaving like that, or Bahamians, or I don't know how to call them, but folks from Bahamas behaving like that, right? You don't see that. Trinidad, you don't see them doing that. They're all usually cool, humble folks. They love being black. They love their ancestry. They don't have an identity crisis, right? But in South Africa, it's very common. In North America, it's similarly common. You don't have that problem in Canada because most of the blacks in Canada are migrants to Canada. Like it was more initially the Jamaican migration, a lot of the West Indies migration, and then they mixed and fused in with the later migrants, which were the Africans, right? Very later on. But yeah, you get a lot of these problems in black societies that have lived side by side with a more productive white class. And this is why, black folks in America are always going to see Africans lesser than. It's something that has come structurally to them. It comes natural to them. When they're going to talk to you, they're going to change their accent to make you sound, oh, my brother, where are you coming from? Like they think we all talk like that, right? And if you don't talk like that, they think maybe you learned how to talk differently because you live in the U.S., stuff like that. You hear them mock your names, your last names, right? Just within 1 week, Auston Holleman did it. Oshay Duke Jackson does it. Everybody, this idiot I was reacting to did it too. So they all do that, right? Only a very few. They have to be very heavily educated, heavily liberal for them not to do that to you. But most of them will. Most of them will, right? And that's what you're seeing play out also in South Africa. They are the same. Like even on the African continent, the blacks in South Africa, even though they got their independence really, really late, showed a lot of these tendencies post-independence. This is why. So what is the moral lesson from this? The moral lesson for this is, if you're a black immigrant, your survival in America depends on a white man, whether you like to hear it or not. Okay? If white men are not in control of this place, these guys will be marching with guns. At least in South Africa, they are using sticks. these guys will be marching with guns, and that is a fact. Okay? These black Americans will be marching with guns. They'll be coming into your suburban homes and telling you to go back. Go back. They'll be telling you to go back to your country, right? Like the South Africans are doing. The South Africans are able to do that now because they are the majority. You don't give black people a majority in a multiracial society. Don't ever do it. If you do, you're going to have these issues. Because right now in America, there's xenophobic activities are just on the internet. It's just bullying. It's online. It's just online bullying. They can't do anything to you. Why? Because massa is in control. The white man is in control. It's massa's laws and massa's rules. If they do anything to you, they're going to go to jail. Unless they're willing to go to jail, which most of them are anyway. But for the most part, massa is in control. That's why it's not as lawless as South Africa. The only difference between these guys and South Africans is that South Africans are the majority, 80% of the population. And the ANC is in charge, and they don't have so much power over their people. So you're seeing Negro law at play. So this whole notion of we built America, that's like the dumb. I've always said, black people saying they built something is the dumbest thing that ever existed. Where in this world have you seen that built talent? Including us. I mean, I've been to say including us too. We are learning how to do this. We are learning the science. We cannot all be Indians with straight A's, right? Everybody has some talent and ability, like sports, entertainment, that white folks are deficient in. Occasionally you find one of them come in there. That's just how development and infrastructure and science and planning and doing things at scale and sophistication is. These guys were slaves for the most part. They were being whooped to work the lower class tier jobs. It's like saying working at a McDonald's built America. These jobs were low paying, low gratifying jobs. I mean, picking cotton, it wasn't enough to develop anything. It didn't develop airplanes. Cotton picking didn't develop airplanes. It didn't put a SIM card in your mobile phone. It didn't build a cell phone. It didn't engineer roads. The things that we talk about build and development, these things are done and engineered by white people. Why is this even an argument? It's just said in their whenever you're underachieving and underperforming, it's very easy for people to say, hey, let's stick to these narratives and stay strongly with our chest out to feel good about ourselves. Even though that's not true. Even if you look at all the technology that exists today, what is a black man doing to make you think that they were able to build anything when there was no technology? Look at today's technology. This is an objective thing. Look at today's technology. All the technological tools that we have at our disposal. Think very deeply about this. Look at all the technological tools we have at our disposal. When is the last time you saw a building crew of plumbers, brickwork, roofing, that was a bunch of Tyrones? Never. You never saw it. They make that argument based on unpaid slave labor. But the slave output of the South was nowhere near the industrial output of the North. The North is where everything happened. It's like, this is your history. I'm not supposed to be teaching you this stuff. I don't know what the ghetto education looks like the curriculum there. I really want to look at it just out of curiosity. But it's like, what have they put in your books? Geez, this is 2026. Can you not look at your community and say to yourself, man, we ain't got it like that. We can do this shit. You can barely pilot planes, let alone build it. How many of you are piloting planes? They're talking about building, engineering stuff. Geez, a combustion engine, even the science of it. When is somebody picking up cotton, thinking of how to engineer, engineer some turbine engines. It's like the dumbest shit ever, man. They just said these things to make you feel good. You know, they've just told you these things to make you feel good. Like, yeah, we built this shit, man. What shit did you build? Nothing. And then you stop building? You're building, and then you stop building? What happened? You stop building and you said, now let's chill, smoke some weed and go to prison. And now raise our children. And still be building. Man, you guys need to open your eyes, man. Enough, too much foolishness. You've never been challenged with your stupidity, and you've taught this to your children, so it doesn't motivate them to do anything. People that are reading below grade level, across the board, doing math at one of the lowest levels globally. All of a sudden, the engineers that built America. Like, what are you are we looking at the same people? I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? Are we looking at the same people? You built what? It's like, man, there are some things that I can rock with y'all on. I'm like, okay, there's certain things I can rock with you on. But once you start getting into this delusional state of believing that you have some abilities that you know very well you don't have. You know, you turn on your local news, it's an indication that you don't have it like that. But yet you want to feel so good about yourself that you've been forced to believe that picking cotton was enough to industrialize this country and build machinery and build silos and build combine harvesters and big machinery. It's like, what? You can barely make the alcohol you like to drink. Oh, let me see some black whiskey first. Like, you got to start small, fellas. You got to start small. You know, I've been talking this big talk at big scale when you do very little. They can. I mean, they cannot. If they had that build ability, when they were free, when they freed them, they wouldn't have fought for integration. They would have fought to carve out their own corners and use segregation to prove the point. Segregation was them admitting that they couldn't make their schools as good, so they needed to be able to integrate with the white folk so that they can be part of the other side. That was what Martin Luther King's integration was. It was an admission that we can't do it much, and today's ghettos are a reflection of it. And they put this in books. I mean, they even give you a whole month to celebrate a history that you don't learn and you don't know. This is disappointing, man. I actually expected much better. You know, I mean, I know there was some foolishness, but I was like, man, you don't even know where you're from with this whole ancestry bullshit that you've cooked up. Don't get me started on that, man. You know, it's like even confused, simple identity, you're confused about it. Creating crazy pseudoscience that doesn't exist in any literature. Oh, we are Indians. It's like, so what is that going to do for you if you're an Indian? Like, as if the Indians are chilling. Have you been to a reservation? I've been there. I used to live in North Dakota. I've seen the reservations. It's not kicking it like that. They're not far better off than the Africans. Okay? So it's like, you guys are crazy, man. It's like, how did they? I mean, so now I understand why white America feels a certain way. I've come to understand them, you know? I used to believe a lot of this black talk about how racist white folks were, how there was so much discrimination in America. I really bought into this stuff, man, because that was what I was hearing from Black America. So I was like, man, these guys really had it tough like that, man. This, you know, I felt for their struggle. I was like, damn, you know, such an unjust place. You know, these horrible things are happening to them. Then George Floyd happened. And I found out that the dude was not living a righteous life. He had a fake bill and he was on fentanyl. And I said, I can't help a person like that. And eventually I came to understand that every major case I followed, even if it wasn't racial, it was in their best interest to make it racist. And just this week, a kid goes out and drowns, And they've all made it racist. This is when I knew that the race card is going to remain being played with this community because they know they don't have any ability, to the point where even when their children die, they have to join this race grift, call Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton. They get Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton to come over, say some few words, and then quickly set up a GoFundMe. The kid died, they already set up a GoFundMe. It's like these Negroes, you can get them with money. Just yell, blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, your kid drowned, drinking alcohol at 18. Raise some good kids. Come on, man, be responsible. It's not hard. It doesn't have to be about race all the time. So I was like, man, I'm not going to join this racist, this mindset that everything is about race. It's just a way to make you not work hard and do shit. They want everything to be given to them. They just want to quickly blame. And that's where they lost me. They lost me after George Floyd. I was like, man, these guys are some bullshit people, you know? And then I started digging deeper and looking closer, reading a little bit about their history, and then just how they act. I was like, no, this is a problem group, you know, for the most part. This is a problem group. And now, you know, the diaspora wars is exposing exactly what they are. And I'm happy that they're doing it. I don't want it to stop. Because if it stopped, then what am I going to do with all my material? I need to offload all my material. I need about 3 more years to offload all my material because I have a lot to say. You know, I have a lot to say. And, you know, and the goal is to say the things that white folks don't want to say. No, white folks are scared to say some of these things, but I'll say it for them. You know, I'll say it for them. So if you're white, you're welcome here, right? Because this is going to be a safe space for you too. This is a safe space. But yeah, that's the bullshit we're doing. And these are the same people that now we have coming into Africa with their rebel mindset. You know, someone was saying, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, I had this question. Well, what can be done for each group to help each other, to develop each other? And I answered it in a different way as to resolving our problems first before we think of helping each other. But the summary of this is there is no resolution. And the reason there is no resolution is that one side doesn't understand the free market. In the Americans that live in a capitalist society that are supposed to understand the free market and how the free market works, they don't know how to play or accept the free market system. And that's a problem. You know, we're going to wrap it up. It's getting late. I'm rambling. No, I don't have Kev was trying to do a LinkedIn. I don't have, this is now StreamYard. I do the panels on StreamYard. I think I'll do that on Sunday. So you can come on and talk on Sunday. This is OBS. In OBS, I don't do the links because it's a little bit complicated. But anyway, I got to go to bed. It's almost 2 a.m. here. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for showing up. Hopefully we'll do the panel tomorrow. I'll do StreamYard tomorrow. We'll do the panel. Let me hit you all with some good outro and call it good. Did I miss anybody's supers? Let me see. I don't think I missed anyone. It was Jada. Yeah, they'll always crash about, with the Tariq people, they'll come and talk aggressive. And the same talking points. Why did you go develop your country? Why did you build your country? You need to build a country. But you didn't build anything here. It's like, you're just on benefit talking about build your country, If you are building here, if you're building like the Mexicans, building houses, building roads, you're telling somebody to go build their country, I'll be like, okay, you have a point. You're building something here. But a lot of you are on benefits and EBT talking about build. I mean, where did you hear that word from? That word should be strange to you, right? Talking about build. Come on, man. You're not building anything. You're just taking benefits. Benefit. And yeah, I mean, it's good that they are crashing out. Good showing FBAs, man. You guys have some balls to even come in here. I don't know. But I have been toning it down. So I see why they come around, But hey, you're welcome. Keep coming, At least come and learn some sense from the thirders, right? Come and learn some sense, because your spaces don't have any sense, man. You don't even know where you're from. That's a problem, And in terms of your ancestry, you guys have no understanding of your ancestry. Jeez. So it's hard to start a conversation where you don't even know where people are from. It's like, geez, oh, I'm American. And as soon as you go hang out with another American who is white and you don't come back from the boat cruise, you complain, oh, racism. That means you don't belong here, right? If you can't even hang out with your own countrymen and your own citizens without invoking race, then why are you here? It's like you're just an agitator. You're not a unity player. And everybody is seeing that now, You're the only ones that boycott. You guys have never answered why you are the only ones that boycott. Have you ever heard white people say we're boycotting black businesses? You know what's going to happen? You guys will cry like crazy. And how about, do you ever say we're boycotting white businesses? They're so scared of the white man. They talk like they're so tough and, well, we stand up to the white man. We stand up. Man, you don't stand up to shit. You all don't stand up to shit. You just talk. You're just marching with sticks and asking them to give you a piece of the pie. That's all it was. It was against segregation because they wanted to be staying the fuck away from you. That's why. White folks were like, no, we can't stay around these ninjas. They're too wild. And then you're like, Massa, please. Massa, let our kids come to your schools, Massa. They used to speak so respectfully. I have the old videos, man. They were so respectful then. Massa. Massa, my boys want to go to school, Massa. Massa, we are here. We want some benefits. And that's how we got integration. And now you're complaining about integration. Some of you want to segregate. And then some idiots are saying, oh, let's go to Africa because it's all black people. Let's run away from racism. And now we Africans are saying, yeah, we don't want your asses over there. If you're complaining here about racism, you're going to be a complainer when you get over there, because that's somebody that just complains. Because there is no racism here. I haven't seen it. Did anybody see racism today? Let me know in the chat if you saw racism today, because I have not seen racism today. All week, I didn't see racism. And I live with the whites. No racism whatsoever. There's some dude living in the ghetto talking about racism when the only white person you see is a police officer when you shoot out some shit. Anyway, good night, good people. Let's do some dancing and let's dance it out. Let's dance it out.